This story is about an ordinary sorcerer who was brutally killed by all the royals in his past life. They first threw his belongings out of his house and told him that before dying, they wanted him to attack them with his strongest attack. But when the sorcerer attacked him with his magic, it was so weak that it vanished before reaching that guy. Seeing this, everyone standing there started making fun of him and said that a useless person like you has no right to live. Your existence is an insult to magic itself, and they attacked him with a fireball, due to which he died in agony. In the next scene, when he opened his eyes, he was surrounded by beautiful maids on all sides. But seeing them, he got scared because they looked as big as monsters to him, so he used a magic spell to defend himself. But that same fireball blew off the building's roof this time, and at this moment, everyone in the kingdom was celebrating the birth of the Saloum Kingdom's seventh prince, who was named Lloyd. Meanwhile, seeing the broken roof in the castle, all the maids were scared, and Lloyd also could not understand what was happening there. Just like that, a few years passed, and we see in the castle that all the maids were looking for Lloyd. Lloyd was hiding from all the maids and running away from there. Just then, two generals appeared in front of him. Lloyd asked them not to tell the maids that they had seen him. They all said, "Yes, yes, okay, we will not tell, but will you come hunting with us?" He was just talking about this when Lloyd ran away from there. Seeing this, he said that this shorty ran away again, but the other guy said, "Why are you taking so much tension? He is the seventh prince. His turn to become king is never going to come, so what is the benefit of being friends with him?" But that mustachioed man said, "Are you stupid?" He had started speaking just a few days after birth, and on top of that, instead of reading picture books, he had started studying about spells. He feels that Lloyd is perhaps the reincarnation of a very great sorcerer whose name was William. Meanwhile, Lloyd said that, "Yes, I have been reincarnated. In my previous life, I was a common human, and this time I was born directly as the seventh prince of the royal family. I even remember everything from my past life, but that does not matter much to me because I just want to learn new magic." He reached a library and was about to read a book comfortably, but just then, Silpha reached there while looking for him. Silpha taught him swordsmanship. Lloyd was giving her a tough competition, but Lloyd said, "I am the seventh prince. My turn to become king will never come, so why should I learn all this?" But Silpha said that becoming king is not the only thing important in your life. A prince has other duties too. Here we find out that Silpha has been teaching Lloyd swordsmanship for 3 years. Lloyd knew that if he did not show Silpha good swordsmanship, she would keep training him continuously until night. After this, they started training again. Silpha was impressed seeing his swordsmanship. Meanwhile, Lloyd was using a control type, magic. So basically, it was as if Silpha was fighting her own copy, meaning Lloyd was cheating because he wanted to get out of there quickly and read books. Lloyd was saying that there is a difference in height, stamina, and strength between us, due to which I always lose. So that is why he wanted to do something new this time and arranged for some more cheating. He increased his strength for power and was also levitating to fight her on equal footing. And this time the collision between the two was equal. After this, Lloyd stopped copying her movements to defeat her. He thought that he would defeat Silpha by surprising her like this, and then he would go to read books comfortably. But that did not happen, and she said, "What did you think? I would not know that you are cheating. To increase your reach, you grew the wooden sword, and were also levitating to cover up the height difference. You are truly so amazing." She picked him up and said that you are so wonderful. You were using 2 spells at once. Hearing all this, Lloyd thought, it seems Silpha did not notice that I was using physical enhancement and control magic too, meaning I was using 4 magic spells at once. I do not think I should tell her this. In the next scene, Lloyd was bathing with all the maids. He said that I can bathe alone, but the maid said that if we left you alone, then instead of bathing, you will start reading books. Just then, a maid said to scare him that if you do not become a good child and listen to us, then the demon in the forbidden library will eat you. Lloyd wanted to know more about that demon, so she told him that. Many years ago, Saloum was about to be completely destroyed, and the cause of this destruction was just one demon. To seal him in a book, many mages lost their lives, and that demon's name was Grimoire. Silpha said that the book is sealed in the underground library, and she thinks that this is all just a story, and she does not think that Prince Lloyd will be scared of such a childish story. After this, a maid told Lloyd that you should sleep in my bed tonight, but because of this, a fight started among all the maids about whose bed he would sleep in. Amidst their fight, Lloyd got out of there, and he went to that forbidden library. He was very excited to go there. After this, Lloyd used invisibility magic to reach the library gate, where one guard saw another guard yawning and told him not to be lazy. He asked if he did not know that inside this library such such magic is hidden that could destroy the entire kingdom. And not only that, a very terrible demon was also sealed inside it, but Lloyd easily evaded them and moved forward. Meanwhile, the guards were talking that no one could break the security and go inside. Even if someone went inside, 10 powerful mages had placed a seal at the entrance, so no one could break it. But Lloyd easily broke that seal and reached inside the library. Just then, a book came flying towards him, and a strange creature came out of it and said that, "I am quite impressed seeing that you broke the seal on the door. My name is Grimoire. Who are you?" Lloyd told him his name. Then Grimoire suggested that, "Why don't you set me free? I will eventually be free anyway, because this sealing magic has become quite old, and if you free me, then I can give you as much gold as you want." Lloyd picked up a piece of gold created by him and said that, "Your magic is so trash. Its quality is terrible. You just turned soil into gold." Hearing all this, Grimoire was surprised at how a tiny kid knew so much. Lloyd did not want to set him free, and he wanted to put the seal back on the door too, because if he freed such a dangerous monster, then he would not be able to study magic peacefully. But Grimoire tried to explain to him that the mages who sealed me are not alive anymore, so I do not have to take revenge on anyone, and I will not attack anyone. But Lloyd did not agree, so Grimoire tempted him, saying that if you free me, then I will teach you ancient magic, which was lost many centuries ago. Hearing this, Lloyd started falling into his trap. Then Lloyd set him free. Grimoire was also laughing that a small child had freed him. Lloyd asked him if he remembered that he was supposed to teach him ancient magic. Grimoire said that absolutely, I remember, and he launched a very powerful attack on Lloyd, which caused destruction throughout the library. Grimoire thought he was dead, so he said that this much education would be enough for you and started leaving. But he saw that nothing had happened to Lloyd. Meanwhile, Lloyd said that this was such amazing magic. "Can you show me more spells like this?" Hearing this, Grimoire got angry and he kept attacking Lloyd with many types of magic, but Lloyd's barrier did not break from any of his attacks. Seeing all this, Grimoire could not believe his eyes that he was unable to defeat a small child. Meanwhile, Lloyd was very happy seeing his magic, and he caught his magic with just one finger and said, "Oh, so it is made this way." Then he blew that attack away, but his finger was in quite bad condition. Yet he still laughed and told Grimoire, "Come on, show me more magic." But seeing all this, Grimoire was losing his mind even more. After this, he attacked him with even more power. But Lloyd's barrier did not budge at all. Lloyd found this spell quite interesting because, for the spell, the same incantation had to be spoken in synchronization with two mouths, meaning only a demon with two mouths could use it. Meanwhile, Grimoire had gotten tired of using his magic, but he saw that nothing had happened to Lloyd's barrier. Grimoire said that this is impossible. That was such a powerful attack of mine. Lloyd said that you are right. It was so powerful. You must have had a lot of fun learning it, right? How many more spells like this do you know? Hearing this, Grimoire got scared, wondering if this is a child or the devil's spawn, and started running away. But he suddenly collided with Lloyd's barrier and wondered how many barriers this kid had created. Then Lloyd placed barriers over the libraries. Important things. After this, Grimoire was about to attack him again, but Lloyd stopped him and said that this is enough. I have seen all your attacks. Now I will attack you, and you show me your defense magic. Lloyd attacked him with a very dangerous fireball, and because Grimoire was inside his barrier, he got scorched in it. Lloyd went to him and asked why he did not use defense magic. Meanwhile, Grimoire was thinking, who is this kid? Who left him here? Then Lloyd restored the entire library to exactly how it was before. Seeing this, Grimoire was left with his mouth wide open, and he said that you are so amazing, Master Lloyd. Lloyd asked if he was calling him Master. Grimoire said, yes, I have never met a sorcerer as great as you. Lloyd said that you are also so amazing. It seems demons cannot be killed by magic. Grimoire said that. Yes, that is true, but it still hurts. Hearing this, Lloyd said, oh, so I want to know how much pain you can bear. Hearing this, Grimoire got scared and said, please, sir, forgive me. I will be your servant. I will listen to everything you say. Please make me your familiar. So Lloyd said, okay, fine. Meanwhile, Grimoire was now realizing that his condition had become like a lab rat, because if Grimoire went out like this, everyone's attention would be on him. So he transformed himself into a very cute little thing and was saying that you would have not seen such a cute thing in your life. So what if I could not defeat you in a fight? I will bring you under my control with my cuteness. After this, Lloyd asked him to get into his pocket. Hearing this, Grimoire became happy. He thought that this guy is so stupid. He does not know that the closer I stay to him, the easier it will be to control him. But when he tried to control him, he saw that Lloyd's mana was extremely dense and he could not do anything. Seeing this, Grimoire got scared and said, how can this be a human man? Seeing him nervous, Lloyd asked, why are you trembling? He said, no, nothing happened. And by the way, you can call me Grim, boss. After this, Lloyd left from there. The next day, Lloyd's older brother, whose name was Albert, came to call him for training, where first of all, Albert destroyed all the targets using using his fireball. Seeing this, everyone started praising him. Meanwhile, Lloyd told Grimoire that Albert is the second prince of the Saloon Kingdom. He is quite intelligent and physically capable, so people also consider him to be the next king. He has a lot of influence inside the castle, and he can use any facility at his own will. After this, it was Lloyd's turn, but because Lloyd does not want to become king, he did not want to destroy the targets. Instead, he used Fireball Curve and only touched all the targets. Seeing this, a man started making fun of him, saying that, "You only touched the targets." Meanwhile, Albert realized everything about what he was doing, but he did not say anything. And while leaving from there, he said that I'm going to take a break, and gave Lloyd free rein to do whatever he wanted. Hearing this, Lloyd became happy, and he said that he wanted to try Grimoire's double incantation trick. Grimoire said that it is impossible for you to do this, because only demons who have two mouths can do it. Hearing this, Lloyd said, yes, I know, and absorbed him into his hands. After this, both of them started reciting the advanced magic spell in sync. But seeing this, Grim was in a bad state. He could not even understand what this was. Lloyd explained that this was just a spell stack, in which the incantations of multiple spells are mixed at once. And Lloyd was mixing 100 incantations into a single thing at once. Grim said that you have lost your mind. At most, there are 3 to 4 spells in a stack. You are using 100, but Lloyd silenced Grim, and he was able to speak simultaneously through Grim's mouth and his own mouth. After this, Lloyd started the incantation. Seeing his power, Grim was also surprised, and he could not believe that this was the power of a small child, and he felt that if he fired this straight ahead, it would cause a lot of destruction. But at the last moment, Lloyd directed his magic upwards towards the sky. Meanwhile, a man was saying to Albert, "Why are you paying so much attention to the 7th prince? Granted, he is talented, but right now he is just a child." Albert explained that perhaps you did not see. Lloyd had attacked all the targets, and he had deliberately attacked in such a way that he only touched the targets. Albert considers Lloyd a prodigy, and he feels that one day he could even become a grand sage. In that case, he could prove to be quite useful to him in the future, and said that he must have destroyed all the targets by now. When that same man looked out the window, he saw that it had become completely dark outside. After this, we see the training ground where Lloyd has caused complete destruction, and Lloyd's attack has punched a hole in the sky itself. Lloyd quickly used his magic and turned the sky back to normal. Meanwhile, Grim was saying, "What kind of boy is this man?" This guy punched a hole in the sky. The next day, his deeds were printed in the newspaper. Below that, Grim read that a group of adventurers is clearing dungeons and bringing out very expensive things and powerful items from there comfortably. Hearing this, Lloyd said, "Come on, let us go clear dungeons too." He was just leaving when Grim stopped him. "If you go from here, everyone will be worried about you." Lloyd said that I have a solution for that too. After this, Lloyd took out an acorn, and using magic on it, he made it look exactly like himself. Lloyd told Grim that this not only looks like me, but its bones and circulatory system are also exactly like mine. It can even perform many movements on its own. So Grim said that this is great. You can leave this and go to the dungeon. But Lloyd said that if it was that easy, I would have done it long ago. The most difficult thing is to avoid Silpha, because one day she was telling me that my height has increased by 0.007 millimeters, and that puppet could only do strange dances. So Lloyd absorbed Grim's body and put his mind into that puppet, and Lloyd himself left from there. Sitting there, Grim's mind started working, because now Lloyd was not here, so he could do whatever he wanted. But just then, Grim said to him, "I am very happy that you became my familiar. I am trusting you to handle everything there, okay?" Hearing this, Grim's heart also melted. Lloyd also made it out of the kingdom very quickly, but after coming out, he started wondering where exactly he would find these dungeons. But just then, he looked down and saw that a lot of monsters were chasing a girl. Seeing this, Grim said that it seems she needs help, but just then, that girl passed right through a monster, and then blew the other monsters to shreds too. Warrior was written on the back of that girl's clothes. Seeing this, Grim said that perhaps she is a martial artist. From Lloyd's words, we find out that the girl was using chi. She was able to perform such amazing techniques using that. Just then, that girl saw Lloyd and asked him who he was and what he was doing there. The two of them were just sitting and discussing whether he should go to her and ask about dungeons or not. Because Lloyd had not given any answer for so long, she felt that he was her enemy, and she also came up. But when she reached there, Lloyd had already changed his appearance. He told her his name was Robert and said that he was a new adventurer. Lloyd had used illusion magic, and he had combined his brother Albert and his own appearance to create this new appearance, because this magic could be used to look like only those people whom he had seen before. That girl introduced herself as Tao and said that she was a martial artist and a B-rank hunter. Meanwhile, Lloyd was still scared that she might recognize him, but Tao was completely smitten by him, and she was thinking that he is so handsome. She had spent 18 years of her life in training, and she came out of the dojo to chase boys, but all the boys liked modest girls, and seeing her revealing clothes, they used to run away. But but now she had decided that she would make this man her boyfriend. After this, they both went into a dungeon together where Tao was easily killing all the monsters and asked Robert, "Seeing my muscles, did you fall in love with me?" But Robert was completely ignoring her and collecting shiny stones. Here we find out that Tao had been adventuring alone until now because she had not found a good partner yet. After this, they sat down to have dinner, where Robert asked Tao that the technique you were using earlier was the chi technique, right? At first, Tao was surprised that he knew about chi because most people on this continent did not even know about it. After this, she started telling Lloyd about chi, saying that breathing techniques are the most important thing for using chi. It takes many years of breathing practice just to feel the chi. Just then, she saw Robert and saw that he was already using the breathing technique. But after some time, his lungs started hurting, so he stopped. Tao asked him if he was using the breathing technique. Robert said that yes, I was just trying to copy exactly what you did. Tao was surprised to hear this, wondering how he learned it so quickly just by watching her use the breathing technique. She tried to stop him, saying that this was quite dangerous, but Robert kept using the breathing technique. Meanwhile, Robert started feeling the energy of chi along with mana, and he felt that this thing would be very useful to him. Seeing Robert's interest, Tao told him that if you want to learn so much about this, then I will teach it to you. Hearing this, Robert thanked her, and seeing his smile, Tao fell for him again. That simp and she shyly told Lloyd that until we get out of the dungeon, keep breathing like this. Meanwhile, in the castle, Silpha came to Grim, and seeing her, Grim got scared. Meanwhile, in the dungeon, Tao used a chi blast and defeated the dungeon boss, and now they could open the chest kept in the dungeon. But Robert's interest was more in how exactly this dungeon was made. During all these conversations, Robert was using the breathing technique. Seeing this, she became happy inside and said that I have found a winner. Seeing such a son-in-law, even my grandpa will be happy. After this, they opened the treasure chest. As soon as they opened it, Robert noticed that an attack was about to happen, so he pulled Tao back, and we see that a lich had come out of that chest. Lloyd asked Tao about the lich, but Tao said that, "You do not need to worry about this. You go out of the dungeon." But Robert wanted to see the fight, so Tao quickly used a technique due to which Robert went flying backwards. She knew that because of this, some of Robert's bones would definitely break, but it would be better than dying. Now, Tao could not understand how inside a low-level dungeon a lich appeared, because sometimes even A-rank hunters are not enough to defeat a lich. Tao thought that she would just fight it long enough for Robert to get out of there. Meanwhile, Robert was still flying, and he was wondering what he should actually do. He wanted to know more about chi and about dungeons too, but he did not even know why Tao threw him this way, so he talked to Grim about this. But on that side, Grim was also terrified, and he was crying and saying that, "Please man, come quickly and save me." Meanwhile, Tao was fighting the lich, but she could not compete with the lich. She was sure that if she fought it, her death was certain, and she thought that Robert must have gotten out by now, so she also quietly started slipping out. But just then, the lich saw her. He said to Tao, "Wow, you can use chi techniques. I have eaten someone before who had the same abilities. Chi is just a lower form of magic." He revealed that he has eaten the souls of many adventurers here, due to which he possesses their techniques and knowledge, and he did not consider Tao worth eating at all. But he definitely wanted to eat Robert because he had dodged his attack very quickly. After this, Tao again started attacking the lich. The lich created a very powerful barrier, and Tao kept attacking it continuously, and finally broke it. But in breaking his barrier, all her energy was drained, and she could not even move now. Just then, the lich came up behind her, and while mocking her said that, "It seems you wasted your whole life. Your chi is not even equal to one of my fingers," and he attacked her with magic. But Lloyd came in time and saved her. The lich was about to attack him again, but suddenly Robert appeared behind him. Lloyd had used a magic spell to move so fast, which surprised the lich too, because it is impossible to use this without incantation. Along with this, Lloyd was also using chi breathing. He was trying to mix mana and chi, and he created a barrier over himself. The lich was using all his might, but the barrier was not breaking. Meanwhile, Lloyd started having trouble breathing, so he removed the barrier. But the lich thought that this barrier broke because of his strength, and gaining a bit more confidence, he started attacking Lloyd. But Lloyd was easily dodging all his attacks using the chi technique, and he had finally succeeded in mixing chi and mana. After this, the lich attacked him again from all sides, but Lloyd used chi and mana to break all his attacks. After this, Lloyd powered up his technique even more and attacked him. The lich tried to stop his attacks but could not, and Lloyd was continuously attacking him. Seeing all this, the lich could not believe his eyes that how could a chi user be more powerful than his magic, after which he put a barrier over himself. But Lloyd's next attack killed the lich inside his own barrier. After this, they opened the treasure box, and only a small knife came out of it. But Lloyd felt that there was something special in that knife, and he wanted to keep it himself. So Tao also agreed, because he was the one who defeated the monster. After this, that treasure box started sinking into the ground, and the whole dungeon was shaking. shaking. Tao told him that this always happens. When the treasure is taken, the dungeon collapses on its own. Hearing all this, Lloyd said, "This means this chest itself is the core of this dungeon. I will take this with me." After struggling so much, he only got the upper part of the chest and they came out of the dungeon. Seeing the dungeon closing, Lloyd said that it seems it will now gather more power so that it can open again. After this, Tao asked him, "You are a mage, so why did you use the chi technique while fighting the lich?" Tao thought that Lloyd might have used chi because the lich was insulting it, but Lloyd said, No, it is nothing like that. I used chi because it seemed fun." After this, Tao revealed that the technique he used to kill the lich is a secret technique called Chi Blade, and currently she does not know how to use this technique, but she wants to improve herself even more so that she can chase boys. After this, Lloyd left from there. After he left, Tao realized, how will she find Lloyd now? When Lloyd reached home, he saw that Grim was in quite bad condition, and he was saying that your teacher is not a teacher but an executioner, man. Meanwhile, we see in the past that Grim was training with Silpha, but Silpha said in surprise, "Is this some joke? How did you suddenly become so weak? It seems I will have to give you even more training," and she beat him up bad. Lloyd then apologized to him. After this, Lloyd wanted to do some experiments with that knife. Lloyd put that weapon in hot water, where he scraped it and saw that enchantments had been done on it. Enchantment magic is used to increase the power of weapons. Lloyd started studying all the enchantment spells done on that weapon. He wanted to extract all the mana essence from that knife and use it for himself, for which he would need a lot of things. So first of all, he went to his father and asked for silver coins. His dad asked, "Do you not want gold coins?" Lloyd said no and left from there. Meanwhile, his dad was thinking, how cute Lloyd is. What will he spend all this money on after all? Meanwhile, in his room, Lloyd was melting all the coins. After this, Lloyd was training with Silpha again. He came behind her very fast and attacked her, but this was also quite slow for Silpha. After which, he dodged her attack and used his magic to make the ground uneven, and he went straight to attack Silpha, but Silpha was not there. She was right below him, and she defeated him, and when he was about to fall, she caught him. After this, Silpha gave Lloyd the oil. Lloyd said, "But the deal was that I would have to land an attack on you first." But Silpha said, "It does not matter. I am very happy because that day I was very scared seeing you fight poorly like that, but it seems that it was just not your day." Grim was listening to all these things, and he said, "Man, how did I even lose to him?" Silpha was just praising Lloyd when he disappeared from there. She wondered what he was going to cook with this after all, but he went to the room and mixed oil and hematite, from which he got mana essence. After this, Lloyd went to Albert and told him that to use enchantment, he needed quite a few weapons. Hearing this, Albert became happy and said that you are going to do a very lovely thing. After this, he asked all his guards, "Does anyone want to get their weapons enchanted by my lovely brother?" All the knights threw their weapons down in fear. Those poor guys were quite sad because their swords were quite new. Using enchantment magic is a very difficult thing, and a 10-year-old child can definitely not use it. So now they are convinced that their swords are doomed. After this, Lloyd started enchanting those weapons. Grim was surprised to see that Lloyd was applying quite a few layers of boost power on it. He applied so many formulas that the sword broke. Seeing this, Lloyd understood that this metal cannot withstand so many formulas, and he felt that this is truly so difficult. But to cheer him up, there is Grim, right? After which, in the process of enchanting, he broke quite a few swords, but some swords survived intact, and a few days later, he returned those swords. He told Albert that out of 120, 50 weapons were successful and apologized to him for breaking 70 weapons. Actually, 80 weapons were successful, but he tried to apply even more formulas on them, due to which they went from 80 to 50. Meanwhile, seeing all this, Albert was left shocked because a first-grade enchanter's success rate is only 10%, and Lloyd enchanted so many weapons. But all those soldiers could not believe it. They thought that he just destroyed 70 swords and gave up. But as soon as a soldier put his sword in the scabbard, his scabbard itself got cut. Seeing this, Grimoire said, "See your swords. Edge has become so sharp that the scabbard itself got cut." Meanwhile, Albert was also surprised seeing his sword. After this, Lloyd told Albert that he wanted to see these weapons being used in battle. So Albert asked him to come along for monster hunting. After finishing all preparations, Lloyd, Silpha, and Albert left from there in a carriage early in the morning, and they soon reached the forest by which the kingdom is surrounded. Lloyd was quite excited, and he asked if monsters were around. Us? Silpha said no. You will have to wait a little longer to see monsters. After this, Silpha thanked Albert because he gave her permission to come with Lloyd. Albert said that he had no such reason to forbid Silpha from coming along, and anyway, he knows how much she cares for Lloyd, so how could he refuse her? Silpha perhaps has some inappropriate feelings for Lloyd in her mind, but she will not admit all this until Lloyd turns 18. After this, Albert teased her a little more, but when Silpha drew her sword, he understood that now it was time to keep his mouth shut. But Silpha had not drawn the sword because of his teasing, but because there were some monsters in front of them. These are kobolds who also have weapons. So all the knights came into formation to protect Albert, and Lloyd would have to act as if he was scared so that no one would suspect him. But the truth is that he knew long ago that kobolds were coming towards them. When he was with Tao, she had taught him one thing by which he can always sense his surroundings using chi, as long as he is using breathing. Lloyd was watching everything carefully, because now the battle between the knights and kobolds was starting. But for what happened next? Neither the horse, the knight, nor Lloyd were ready, because the kobold got cut straight in half. They could not understand how this could happen, because the kobolds were wearing steel armor, but all this miracle was because of Lloyd's enchantment. Their swords are now so sharp that even these trained knights have started getting nervous handling them. Seeing all this, Albert also praised him fully. Silpha also praised Lloyd's enchantment, although Lloyd did not enchant her weapon. But seeing her, it does not seem that she even needs enchantment. Just then, a kobold attacked Lloyd, but before that kobold could force Lloyd to move, a familiar face kicked him, and we see that it was Tao. She was sensing a sexy boy in this area, so she came running here. Meanwhile, Lloyd could not believe his eyes, because he was sure that he would not see this girl's face again. Tao went to Lloyd. She could sense that Lloyd was using chi breathing so that he could sense his surroundings, and she could not understand where Lloyd had learned this from. Just then, she saw that Lloyd and Robert's faces were quite similar. She was just looking at his face when she sensed that a kobold was going to attack from behind her. But before she could do anything, Silpha cut him down first. Silpha was not happy at all seeing an unknown girl getting so close to her future husband, and she told Tao that I did not need your help at all. Seeing this, one thing became clear, that these two would never get along. So Albert tried to calm them down a bit and asked Tao to walk with them to the lake. At night, when everyone was setting up camp, Albert thanked Tao for helping fight the kobolds and introduced himself as the second prince of Saloon. Tao did not know that Albert was royalty, so she apologized for her rude behavior. But more important than that was that Tao found him hot. This shameless woman started chasing boys again, but she somehow convinced herself that even though he looks like Robert, he is not Robert. Albert asked her if he looks like the person she is looking for. Tao said yes, but Lloyd looks more like him than you do. Meanwhile, Lloyd was maintaining distance from Tao so that she would not find out that he is Robert. In the process of using the spatial detection technique, he was almost caught, but because Tao now already knows that he can use this, so if he does not use it, then more suspicion will fall on him. So that is why he decided that he would stay hidden in his tent. But as soon as he went inside the tent, his face was attacked by oranges. But this did not matter to Lloyd, because he has seen Silpha like this thousands of times, and he asked her what she was doing there. Silpha apologized to him and said that she was just changing her clothes because blood had gotten on them. But this did not clear up why she was changing in Lloyd's tent. Silpha said that this is natural because she's going to sleep right here. But Lloyd did not like this. Silpha tried to explain to him that the rest of the guards would protect Albert's tent, so she would stay here and protect Lloyd. But Lloyd still said that he would stay alone and nothing would happen to him. But Silpha did not want to listen to a no, and she grabbed Lloyd with her legs. She did not want to let him go out because Tao is just outside, and she does not want anyone to steal Lloyd from her. Just then, Tao came into the tent because she felt that. She sensed Robert using chi, and she saw that Silpha was strangling Lloyd. Silpha was angry because Tao ruined her private time with Lloyd. Meanwhile, Tao called her an obscene woman. Both were about to fight each other. Meanwhile, all the knights got excited to watch this fight, the reason for which you can understand. Meanwhile, Lloyd slipped away from there. Albert complimented him, saying that you are so tiny, but girls are fighting for you already. But Lloyd did not find this funny at all. Albert told Lloyd that ever since Silpha started caring for him, she has changed a lot. But he also warned him that he would have to be careful in a relationship with girls like Silpha. Meanwhile, Silpha and Tao realized that all the knights were eagerly waiting for their fight and were staring at all of Silpha's parts, after which they beat them all up. After this, Tao told them that she was given the task to fix the nearby shrine, so Silpha said that you go do your work so that she could spend her time with Lloyd. Just then, Albert came there and said that going up the mountain right now could be dangerous. Anyway, Tao's special chi sensing ability could be very useful to them, so he wanted her to stay with the group until morning. But just then, Tao sensed a danger and said that now they did not need to scout because the monster they were looking for had come to them. That bear wolf started moving towards all of them, so all the knights came into their formation. But Lloyd just came behind Silpha because he did not want this fight to end quickly again. Considering its size, that monster was quite fast, but Grimm's attention was on that shrine on top of the mountain, more than the monster. Meanwhile, on the other side, the fight continued, and Tao saved a knight with her chi blast, but this did not harm that wolf much. So now Albert came forward to fight it. Albert drew the sword enchanted by Lloyd and cast a spell with it, which completely destroyed that wolf. All the knights started praising the prince's power, but that spell would not have been so powerful if Lloyd had not enchanted his sword. So Albert thanked Lloyd because it was due to him that defeating that wolf became so easy. Just then, Grimm told him that there is something even more dangerous in the shrine Tao is going to fix. A demon is sealed inside it, and that seal has become quite weak now. Just then, that beowulf whom Albert had defeated stood up again, and this time it was surrounded by a dark aura on all sides, and many other monsters also came around it. A voice spoke to them through the wolf, which said, "How dare you kill my soldiers?" The one who was speaking through that wolf was a demon, and his name is Juju. He swore that he would kill them all, and he gave the order to all his minions to attack them. Albert injured a wolf, but the very next moment, its injury healed, and it almost ate Albert. But Tao came and saved him. But they could not fight like this for long, because no matter how much they beat those wolves, matter how much they were injured, they were able to heal all their injuries instantly. Everyone was fighting for their lives, but only Silpha was just standing in one place watching, because she did not care what happened to anyone, as long as Lloyd is safe. Lloyd asked Grimm if he knew Pazuzu. Grimm said that he had never met him in his life, but he could tell by looking that Pazuzu was using his magic to control them all like puppets, to control them. He had made threads from magic, and through those same threads, he was supplying mana to all of them. And this fight would not end until they killed Pazuzu. But Lloyd had stopped listening ever since he heard about mana, transmutation, and he wanted Grimm to teach him how to use it. Grimm did not think that this would be the right time to teach these things, because the lives of the rest of the people were at stake. But Lloyd was more interested in learning new magic than his friends and family dying, so he wanted Grimm to teach him this magic right now. Meanwhile, Pazuzu's laughter was not stopping because he was having no trouble fighting these humans, but when he insulted Lloyd, because he thought he was a coward, Silpha lost her temper. She told Lloyd that "I will have to leave you for a while and go." But Lloyd was so engrossed in his transmutation lesson that he did not care at all about what was happening around him. Silpha went to fight in front of him and said that even being in front of him was painful for all her senses, because he is ugly, smells bad, his voice is hideous, and because Lloyd is right here, she cannot let the surrounding environment become any more smelly. But Pazuzu found her threats childish, because he did not think that she could defeat him with just a sword. All the wolves were under his control, and they would always heal as long as he kept supplying mana, and demons almost never run out of mana. But in response to all these things, Silpha just said, "Can you stop speaking? The stench of your breath is damaging my nose more than any attack." Pazuzu suddenly attacked Silpha, but by the time Pazuzu realized what had happened here, she had cut off all the legs of that beowulf. Pazuzu started healing his wolf's feet, but while he was healing, everyone else realized that the rest of the wolves had become quite slow, because Pazuzu was focusing on healing his wolf. So Albert told Silpha to keep damaging Pazuzu like she just did, so that he could quickly finish off the rest of these wolves. Meanwhile, amidst all this, Lloyd was learning more things about mana transmutation. Grimm said that using this technique is very difficult, and Pazuzu is very talented that he is able to control so many monsters at once. Meanwhile, on the other side, Silpha injured Pazuzu again, after which she asked the knight next to her for his sword, and seeing the sword, she got a little intoxicated because it was enchanted by Lloyd. But as soon as Pazuzu found out about Silpha's obsession with Lloyd, he started talking about how he would kill Lloyd and cut out all his organs to research. What exactly is so special in him? Hearing all this, Silpha got angry. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Pazuzu ate her alive, but Silpha started cutting him from inside his mouth itself. After this, she cut off that wolf's head, but her anger had not calmed down yet. After this, using another dual-wielding technique, she forced that demon out of the wolf's body. Everyone was surprised to see how powerful Silpha was, but Lloyd was not surprised at all because he knew how strong Silpha is. Pazuzu had talked about taking Lloyd's life in front of Silpha, for which Silpha could never forgive him, and she moved forward to take his life. Silpha told Pazuzu to give up, but Pazuzu laughed at her stupidity and released poisonous mana all around from his mouth. Meanwhile, on the other side, Albert and Tao defeated the monsters, but they could still heal because the demon was still alive. Just then, they got surrounded by poisonous mana and fainted. Tao quickly held her breath and survived, but Silpha could not escape it and fainted. Pazuzu got angry because they had defeated all those monsters. He had come out of his seal 100 years ago, and since then, he had been raising these monsters. He suddenly attacked Silpha. Albert wanted to help her, but he was unable to move his body. He could not understand what was happening here. Meanwhile, that demon told Silpha that whoever inhaled his mana of domination would come under his control. Silpha said, "Oh, so that is why it was smelling so bad." Pazuzu went to attack her in anger, but Tao came and saved her. Tao stood between Silpha and the monster and asked Silpha if she could fight. Silpha was trembling badly from cold and still said that, "I do not need your help." Tao told Silpha that if you can move, then leave from here, but Silpha requested her, saying, "No, you save Lloyd and take him away from here." After this, Silpha also fainted. Pazuzu praised Silpha, saying that she is very strong because when he released his mana, she was closest to him. Just then, suddenly Pazuzu reaches behind Tao and asks her why my mana is not having an effect on you. Tao attacks him, but he easily dodges her attack, after which he understands that Tao is using a special breathing technique so that she does not absorb his mana. Pazuzu tells her that looking at the time you should have run away from here and then he thinks, is it that I look so sexy to you that you want to enjoy me? Just thinking about this, Tao loses her mind because she could not even imagine enjoying herself with such an ugly creature. She tells him that she has found her man. After this, she launches a very dangerous electric attack. But due to such a big attack, her breathing went out of control, so she first wanted to control her breathing again. But just then, a monster attacks her. Pazuzu asks her, which man have you chosen among these? Here, there is no one even worthy of standing in front of me. After this, Pazuzu releases even more of his mana so that he can control Tao's body too. But Tao says that she can feel her future husband nearby and she will never come under his control. Pazuzu feels that. She is talking nonsense and spitting on the ground, says that you are just an ordinary human. I have no interest in you anymore. And then he goes to punish Silpha for her insolence, to replace his dead monsters. He wants to corrupt Silpha too. He knows that doing this will take time, but considering Silpha's strength, it will be worth it. While Pazuzu was thinking how he would bathe Silpha in his mana and make her his eternal slave, Lloyd found out how exactly he was controlling the bearwolves. Pazuzu says that he had killed the parents of these bearwolves in their childhood, due to which they consider him their parent and obey everything he says. But just then, he is surprised to see that Lloyd is standing in his mana without any trouble. He asks him, why is my mana not having an effect on you? I just rejected your mana. What are you saying? Just then he recognizes Grim. Hey, you are a demon too, right? What did you think? You will become this cute thing and I will not know. And what are you doing with a human? He starts mocking Grim. You are a blot on the name of demons. Hearing all this, Grim gets angry and he says, don't you worry, you will find out why I am with a human. But he does not take his words seriously at all and makes all his monsters attack them. Meanwhile, Lloyd says that this is the perfect place to try mana transmutation. Lloyd could make anything using mana transmutation, and for what he wanted to make, a lot of mana was needed, and he creates a garden of flowers where all the monsters start behaving in a very peaceful manner. After which, Lloyd gains control of all these demons. Pazuzu could not believe his eyes. After this, Lloyd tells a bearwolf to spit Tao back out. Pazuzu thinks that Lloyd is an expert sorcerer because he instantly created a flower garden. After this, Pazuzu releases more mana to control those bearwolves, but Grim says that now we know how you used to control them. All those monsters attack Pazuzu, due to which Silpha escapes from his clutches. Lloyd was surprised to see how much in sync all the wolves were moving. If my teammates moved in such sync, then I would be winning in BGMI daily, but those losers keep wandering here and there. But seeing those wolves attacking himself, he gets angry and starts beating them badly because he was not supplying his mana to any wolf, so now he could show his full strength. After this, Pazuzu says that I will finish both of you. I cannot die by magic, no matter how much mana you use. This reminds Lloyd, oh yes, Grim had said the same thing, that demons cannot be completely destroyed by magic. After this, Pazuzu releases his full magic power. Meanwhile, Lloyd is confused about why no one has been able to destroy a demon using mana yet, and he wants to find out exactly how much mana a demon can withstand. So Lloyd also starts using his full strength, but seeing his strength, Pazuzu gets terrified. Meanwhile, Grimoire was thinking that now you finally realize why my mana does not work on Lloyd. Lloyd thanks Pazuzu, because thanks to him he can try out many of his spells. Meanwhile, Pazuzu, seeing his strength, was just trying to get up because he felt that all this is just a bad nightmare. Lloyd tries to cast a barrier over Pazuzu, but Pazuzu escapes it and starts thinking, when did he even do the incantation? Meanwhile, Pazuzu understands that this boy is beyond his capability, and he starts running away to escape from there because Lloyd was not trying to kill him there at all. He wanted to catch him alive and experiment his spells on him. Pazuzu was running from there and was also dodging Lloyd's barriers. Pazuzu thinks of taking a breath behind a rock, but Lloyd casts another barrier again, due to which he has to run. Grim asks Lloyd that exactly how many at once barriers can you cast? Lloyd says 20, and if you join me, then even more. After this, Lloyd absorbs Grim and he starts creating even more barriers. Meanwhile, Pazuzu is barely able to dodge the barriers, but Lloyd's barriers are not ending at all. Slowly, Pazuzu's mind starts spinning, wondering how Lloyd is able to create so many barriers. Meanwhile, even while running with his tail between his legs, his ego gets the better of him, and he thinks that he is creating so many barriers. But I am able to dodge all of them. I am truly amazing. But just then, Lloyd catches him in a dimensional enclosure. The poor guy is struggling to escape from there and tells Lloyd to get him out of here. You are going to use me for experiments, right? You son of a, just let me go from here. Pazuzu also notices that Lloyd has experimented on the bearwolves too because they were looking different from before. Lloyd tells him that you do not need to worry. You were the one who said that magic will not have any effect on you. And Lloyd starts charging a serial spell. Meanwhile, scared to death, Pazuzu starts saying that when I conquer the world, you take half of it. No, not half. You take more than half. Just let me go. Pazuzu is terrified because he fears that he might actually die because no user as powerful as Lloyd has ever attacked him till date. Lloyd, using all elements, attacks attacks him, and inside the barrier itself, he was releasing spells at a rate of 240 spells per minute, and he decides that he will keep this combination running for 30 minutes because it looks very beautiful. Some time later, he calls out to Pazuzu, but Pazuzu gives no answer. So Lloyd thinks, did he actually die? He is disappointed because Pazuzu could not even withstand his attack for 5 minutes. Grimm says that demons are not immune to magic, but rather they have high resistance to magic. So if they are attacked continuously, they can also be killed. Poor Pazuzu is sad because his thousands of years of hard work was finished by a kid. After this, everyone starts regaining consciousness. So Lloyd also runs from there and reaches his brother. Meanwhile, Grimm is saying to Pazuzu, now you realized why. I follow him. I also want to take revenge on him. So I'm just gathering strength and waiting for my chance. Anyway, Lloyd enjoys his life, so I'm also having fun roaming around with him. After this, Pazuzu's body turns into ash and Grimm absorbs him, which increases his power even more. Grimm feels that. He is now ready for his rematch with Lloyd, but then he thinks, no, there is still a lot of time. Meanwhile, Lloyd tells everyone that Robert came and defeated that demon. Hearing this, Tao starts looking for where exactly he went. After this, they reach back to the kingdom, where the king praises Albert for defeating the demon and all his monsters too. But he also tells him, you put your younger brother's life in danger. This should not happen again, and he asks them who those people were who helped you. Albert tells him that Robert helped them, but before he could thank him, he had left, and Tao also leaves from there to find her future husband. Meanwhile, Albert tells the king that Lloyd also played a huge role in this fight, and he requests the king that Lloyd should also be given the right to contest for the king's throne because it was only due to Lloyd's weapons that those monsters did not take their lives. He says that Lloyd is perfect to become king. He knows that by doing this, he is increasing his own competition, but for the welfare of the kingdom, the one who is best should become king. The king asks Lloyd if he wants to fight for the king's throne, but Lloyd directly refuses without any emotion. After this, Lloyd is playing with a beowulf in the courtyard who reached here following him. Meanwhile, Grimoire feels jealous seeing Lloyd getting close to that beowulf, and he makes himself fluffy too so that Lloyd can pet him as well. But in a short while, Silpha arrives there. So, Lloyd hides Grimm in Shiro's hair. Lloyd tells Silpha that he has named him Shiro, but he does not know how he will teach Shiro things. Silpha tells him that he can instruct monsters using magic. Meanwhile, Grimm thinks that this guy is amazing. He is only interested in magic. He even rejected the king's throne. The king thinks that it is Lloyd's magnanimity that he rejected the king's throne, but Albert feels that Lloyd is perhaps going to do things even bigger than this kingdom. After this, Lloyd was playing with Shiro when he was giving him simple commands. He easily understands and does them, but Lloyd says that he cannot understand even slightly difficult commands. After this, he demonstrates using a command spell on him, but Shiro gets confused and starts doing weird things. After this, Lloyd starts thinking that he will have to learn from someone who is an expert in this field, so his sister Alice's name comes straight to their mind. After this, they all go to meet Princess Alice. On Grimm's asking, Lloyd tells him that Alice is his elder sister and this kingdom's 6th princess, but we see that she has kept many friendly monsters in her garden. Just then, suddenly she jumps on Lloyd and starts saying how happy she is to meet him and also gives him a kiss. Just then her maid Iris comes and gets angry at her asking why she kissed him. Alice says that she finds him very cute, after which she starts playing with Shiro, and she also recognized that he is a werewolf. Just then Silpha tells Lloyd that we should leave from here because she knows nothing about mana, but he asks Alice to show them a monster, and at that very moment, a huge wolf appears behind them. Seeing it, Lloyd is left surprised that it had come so close to him, and he did not even realize. Also, Alice was just playing in front of them, so she had not even given a command to that monster. Thinking all this, he tells Alice that he also wants to learn this magic, but Alice says that to control animals only, love is needed. You can understand any monster with love. Also, those animals can also understand the thoughts of your mind. Just then, her maid says that the princess can do this since birth, so even they do not know how her ability works. But Lloyd understands something, and he says that I was giving commands to Shiro, but Alice is not giving them commands, but just sharing her desire with them. And also he noticed that just before the animals are about to fulfill her desire, mana goes straight from Alice's brain to all their brains, meaning Lloyd will have to visualize the command and share that image with Shiro. As soon as he does this, Shiro circles him 3 times and makes a high jump. Seeing all this, Lloyd becomes very happy. After this, Lloyd was sitting on Shiro, and he says that now he can connect with monsters. Just then, Silpha asks Lloyd to train with her, but at that very moment, Albert arrives there and says that he has to talk about something important with Lloyd, after which they both start fighting for Lloyd. Just then, Lloyd decides that he will go with Albert, and Lloyd introduces him to his elder brother, 4th Prince Diane. They all go to a forge, where Diane tells him that he knows that he enchanted Albert's sword, but he cannot believe this. So Albert tells Lloyd that Diane is a blacksmith and he went to another nation in his childhood and worked very hard on his craft. But just then, Diane tells Lloyd to start enchanting his sword. After this, Lloyd starts the enchantment, and when Lloyd completes it, seeing this, Diane starts sweating, because according to him, putting so many enchantments in just one sword is impossible. After which he believes in Lloyd, and picking him up says, "Because of you, I will now be able to fulfill my dream. I want to make a dangerous weapon which only a blacksmith and an enchanter together can create," to which Lloyd also agrees. After this, they both start work, and Lloyd asks him what kind of weapon we are going to make. Diane says that he wants to make a sword from which fire comes out. So according to this, when he makes the enchantment and places it on hot iron, it breaks. After this, he tries to enchant in different ways, but he was failing every time. Lloyd could not understand where exactly he was making a mistake. Just then, Grimm comes there and tells him that he should check that mana essence. Diane says that you can do whatever you want with it, because I got this mana essence very cheaply. After this, when Lloyd checks that mana essence, he sees that it was of very poor quality, but for high-level enchantment, they will have to mix hematite in it. So Silpha says that they should go to the dungeon to collect hematite. Hearing this, Lloyd cannot believe it, because he is not allowed to go out of the kingdom. But Silpha reveals that the king has given him permission, because he feels that now he should know about the outs world. After this, they go to an adventurer's guild, where Katrina sitting at the counter welcomes them and also gives them a form to fill. Lloyd fills that form. After this, she places a crystal ball in front of him, which will measure his power so that they can give him an adventurer's rank. Lloyd knew that crystal from his past life, but earlier when he had placed his hand on it, his magic level was 0. But now he is scared that it might explode because of his power. So he compresses his entire magic very much and reduces it so much that when he places his hand on it, his rank is shown as E. Seeing this, some people sitting behind there start laughing. But Katrina says that this is very good, because being E rank at such a young age is a very amazing thing. Meanwhile, Lloyd was thinking that he had only released 1% magic. Still, he does not know how he reached E. Just then Katrina says that I'm sure that, after Silver Blader, Lloyd will become the most talented adventurer. But hearing this, everyone sitting behind gets furious and says, how can you compare this shorty with Silver Blader? Silver Blader is a legendary adventurer who has killed millions of monsters alone. She is so strong that people consider her a monster too, but both of them pay no attention to their words. And Silpha says that we are ready to accept any dangerous quest. But Katrina says that to accept a high-level quest, one must be at least B rank. So Silpha says that if that is so, then I myself register myself again. Just then a bald guy comes there and says, being such a sexy girl, you are chasing this. Shorty, come with us. We will keep giving you adventures day and night. You understand, right? Just then Silpha cuts off his mustache, and Katrina says that you have messed with the wrong person, because the Silver Blader you were praising so much is this very lady. After which, Katrina informs that if you register again, your rank will drop by 2, meaning you will become a C-level adventurer. Just then, Tao arrives there and says that I can help you. But seeing her, Silpha starts leaving from there taking Lloyd. So Tao stops them. Silpha tells her, I thought you were looking for a boy named Robert. She says that she searched heaven and earth for him, but he was nowhere to be found. That is why she wants Lloyd to introduce her to Albert, and in return she will help him. After this, Katrina gives them a quest. Meanwhile, Lloyd was praising Silpha, but she tells him that she also used to struggle a lot against a group named the Assassin Guild. After this, they go into the dungeon and they go and take the chest so that Lloyd can create that ultimate weapon. Meanwhile, on the other side, Diane was waiting for Lloyd, but Albert is in a lot of tension because the war is about to start very soon and they need weapons for the soldiers, and he feels that Lloyd will not be able to return on time, so he tells Diane to stop all this right now. But at that very moment, Lloyd reaches there, after which they create that dangerous weapon and they reach to try that weapon out. But when Diane swings that sword, a very big explosion happens there. Meanwhile, Lloyd realizes that he has again done something excessive and everyone else was terrified. After this, Lloyd was lying on the bed and he was telling that he has made the same sword for all the soldiers, but he has reduced their powers now so that only normal fireballs come out of those swords. Just then, Lloyd senses a girl outside the castle and he suddenly reaches her. Seeing this, that girl tries to run away from there, but Lloyd had already created a barrier there. Lloyd wanted to talk to her. Just then, she removes her cloak and attacks Lloyd with her poison. Lloyd immediately tries to purify it, but that girl says that it is of no use because no one can purify her poison. Hearing this, Lloyd gets a little excited because that girl was transmuting the nature of her poison with her poison so that no spell could clear her poison. We find out that many people are born with a special type of mana, who are called blinded, and that girl calls herself poison blinded and also tells her name as Ren, and she says says that she has been spreading poison around her since childhood. She breaks Lloyd's barrier and says that you will not die because you have inhaled only a little bit of poison. After she leaves, Grim comes there and asks him if his body is okay. Lloyd says yes, I am absolutely fine because I was using healing magic the whole time. So Grim asks him, if you were fine, then why did you let her go? Lloyd explains, because I wanted to find out about their hideout. Silpha had told me about the Assassin Guild, and I think that girl is a part of them. After this, Lloyd starts tracking Ren, and after finding out the location, leaves the palace. At that very moment, Silpha reaches there looking for Lloyd. After this, we see Ren meeting the rest of the guild members, where she tells them about her meeting with the kid and also tells them about the mass production of swords. Just then, one of those girls says that someone is watching them. Hearing this, Lloyd appears in front of them and was walking towards them very calmly. Seeing him, everyone recognizes that he is the 7th prince, and they know that even though he looks like a tiny kid, his abilities are very mysterious. They also know that he has the biggest hand in making magic swords. After this, when that crazy kid reaches them, he removes his barrier and says, what is the use of blocking so many different magics? I want to experience them. He starts copying Tao's fighting style using his trace skill. One guy among them attacks him, but Lloyd manages to block all his attacks using Tao's moves. He introduces himself as Babylon and says that his body is extremely flexible. Just then a man comes behind Lloyd who tells him to bow down, due to which Lloyd's body suddenly becomes heavy. His name is Crow, and whatever he speaks has magic in it. After this, a bald guy was attacking Lloyd, but Lloyd breaks Crow's magic and escapes his attack. But just then, sticky webs get attached to his entire body. He tells his name as Galileo and says that webs always keep coming out of his body. Lloyd was unable to free himself, so he takes off his clothes and comes out, and he was having great fun seeing so many different types of magic. Just then a girl attacks him, but he keeps dodging all her attacks. Just then suddenly that girl stabs a sword into her own leg, and that wound appears on Lloyd's leg. That girl tells her name as Talia and says that whoever she is looking at, she can transfer her injuries to with him. Talia thinks that he must be scared, but he was very happy because he is getting a chance to experience new types of magic. He instantly heals his leg, due to which Talia's wound also heals, and he was laughing and thinking, what if I attack you? Will it happen to me too? After which he starts copying Silpha's technique. Seeing this, Galileo is reminded of Silver Blader, and seeing him coming towards them, they all get scared. First of all, Lloyd attacks Babylon and slams him down, after which Crow uses his curse on him, but Lloyd dodges it, due to which that attack hits Galileo, due to which he goes flying from there. Before Crow could use his speech again, Lloyd picks him up and slams him to defeat him. Meanwhile, on the other side, Galileo's body had stuck to Talia, and when he tries to separate from her, all of Talia's clothes get torn. Seeing this opportunity, he attacks Talia, but Talia says that this is of no use, because by doing this, he will only hurt himself. But Lloyd says, really? This will be fun. After which, he slams Talia into the wall, which also affects him, but he was enjoying this pain. Just then, Galileo comes there and grabs him, but Lloyd easily slips out, and attacking him breaks another pillar. After which, he slowly starts moving towards Ren and asks her to show her poison magic, but seeing his actions so far, she was terrified. So he says that if you do not come to me, then I will have to come to you. Just then that bald guy comes there and says, please leave her alone. She cannot control her poison. If she releases her poison, then we will all be killed. Hearing this, Lloyd says, you are saying it right. By the way, as far as I have seen, none of you can control your power. Galileo says, what do you think? If we could control our powers then, would we be living like this? After this, he goes to attack Lloyd again, but Lloyd dodges his attack and attacks him from behind, due to which he starts screaming in pain. Seeing this, Ren gets angry and she goes and attacks Lloyd, but Lloyd saves himself. Just then Galileo says, calm down. Now my magic is not out of control. Lloyd reveals that he has inscribed a spell on his body, due to which he will be able to control his magic. Lloyd further says, that what should I even praise myself for? But I have done this for the first time, and look, it is working too. Meanwhile, finally free from his curse, Galileo starts crying with joy, after which he calls everyone to him and inscribes on them too, and now they all can control their powers. Crow can finally speak instead of cawing, and seeing this, he also starts crying with joy, and everyone else was also very happy, becoming normal. After this, they make Lloyd wear clothes, and Galileo says that I want to tell you everything about myself, but Lloyd says that he does not want to know. Get lost from here. After which, he starts telling his story. Lloyd was getting bored listening to the story, but just then Galileo tells about their leader Jade's teleportation, and hearing this, he starts getting interested in the story. Jade's curse is that he randomly teleports anywhere, anytime, but he still always comes to them. After which, he shows them an emblem and asks to name their group. Assassin Guild says the Assassin Guild will do the work that the Adventurer Guild does not want to do, and also we will leave our coin everywhere so that the Adventurer Guild can know that we are helping them. If we keep helping people like this, then perhaps we too can live with them like other people. He was just saying saying all this when Jade suddenly teleports, after which Galileo says that we have been solving those problems ever since, which the Adventurer Guild cannot do. Just then, a letter teleports onto their table. Just then, Silpha reaches there, destroying everything, but they had already left from there. After this, Shiro shows her a note in which it was written that Lloyd is going to the manor of the Lord of Lordost with the Assassin Guild. Seeing this letter, Albert's hands start trembling. He says, is it possible that the Assassin Guild has kidnapped Lloyd, and are they all working with Lordost because their relations with Lordost are very bad, and he feels that perhaps they will have to go to war with Lordost. But Diane says, stay calm. Kidnapping Lloyd is not in anyone's capability. Just then, Silpha places Lloyd's clothes there. Seeing this, they all feel that Lloyd is currently without clothes, and seeing that sticky thing on it, they think something else entirely, due to which they get angry and become ready to fight. After this, we see that time again when the letter came to them. That letter was sent by Jade, in which it was written that Jade is now the ruler of Lordost, and he invites them all to his palace to live with him. Hearing this, they all jump with joy. They all decide to go to Jade, and Ren asks Lloyd to come along too. But Lloyd says that something is wrong here because this letter was teleported here, and Jade cannot control his powers. So they all feel that this is some kind of trap, and Jade is lying to them. But Ren still trusts Jade, and says that perhaps he might have controlled his powers. Meanwhile, Lloyd also agrees to go with them because he wanted to see teleportation magic. After this, he was taking them all very fast towards the palace, and when he dropped everyone down, due to flying so fast, everyone was in bad shape. So Lloyd says, let us rest for now, then we will walk the rest of the way. So Ren says that if we are going to stop here, then I will find some food for us all, after which she goes into the forest. Just then, Babylon tells Lloyd that Ren was raised in the jungle since childhood, and she wants to show her skills to you. When Ren was quite young, her parents died because of her poison, and since then she started living alone in the jungles. Just then one day, Jade picked her up and brought her to us. After this, in the flashback, we see that Jade had brought Ren, and he tells everyone that she is our new member, and from now on, she will stay with us. But when everyone finds out that her powers are of poison, everyone gets scared. But Jade, holding her, says that I will keep her with great love so that her poison never comes out, after which he starts feeding her in his lap. But just then, Ren punches him and knocks him down, after which they all start researching and make such clothes for Ren that her poison does not leak. After which, Jade also puts a hairpin in Ren's hair, and seeing so much love from someone for the first time, she starts crying with joy. After hearing this whole story, Lloyd says that Jade seems to be a very good person. I would definitely like to meet him. After this, Ren comes back and starts cooking food for everyone, which looked like poison. Talia tells her, you know that Lloyd is a prince, right? He won't even look at such food. But Lloyd and Grimm were eating the food, smacking their lips, and he says that the food is very good, after which they all start eating. In another flashback, we see that Jade was saying that the Adventurer Guild is thinking about removing the bounty from their heads. Hearing this, everyone goes crazy with joy. After this, Jade tells everyone that he is not homeless, and actually he is the third prince of Lordost. His family members were always engaged in war, but I do not like this at all. To stop them, I needed companions and strength, and that is why I came to you, and apologizes for lying to all of them. But even after hearing all this, they all do not care, because it is due to him that there is hope back in their lives. They think that Jade wants them to kill all his siblings, but Jade says that he wants to deal with all this himself, because if anyone saw them, they would never be able to live a normal life, and he asks them to promise that. Even if he does not return, they will keep this guild running and keep trying to fulfill their dreams, and if he comes back, then he will come as the ruler of Lordost and will make it a place where they can all live a normal life, after which they were all going towards the palace on foot. Meanwhile, Lloyd was dead tired and had fallen asleep, and Galileo was saying that while awake, he looks so dangerous, but while sleeping, he looks just like a normal cute child. Grimm says, are you crazy? He does not look cute at all, even while sleeping. Even now, a powerful barrier is made all around him. After reaching there, Ren says that we should let Lloyd sleep here and go to the manor alone first, because it is also possible that someone forced Jade to write that letter, and she asks Grimm to stay here and protect him. But Grimm says, girl, don't worry. No one can harm this devil's sixth spawn even while sleeping, so that is why I will come with you. After this, when they all reach near the palace, they see that a party is going on there. Just then, a weird-looking thing comes to them and recognizes that they are all from the Assassin Guild, so he welcomes them all into the palace and says that they are all honored guests here. After this, they were all enjoying the party, and at that very moment, Jade reaches there. He uses his teleportation magic to change his clothes and tells them all that now he can control his magic. They were all very happy to see him, but just then, Jade says that he does not care, and suddenly asks them all to bow down before him, due to which they all cannot stop themselves, and they find out that Jade can now use curse speech too, after which we see that all his companions are demons, and he tells them all that their plan is to collect blinded bodies bodies and tells the demons that they can choose any of these bodies. Just then, Grim attacks Jade and tells everyone to run from there. But just then, Jade comes from behind him and kicks him hard, due to which Grim falls straight near Lloyd. This wakes Lloyd up and he sees Grim crying in front of him. Meanwhile, Ren still could not believe it, and she asks Jade, "What exactly are you doing?" Hearing this, they all start laughing and come into their real forms. Galileo says that all these are a psychic life form which can control human bodies. Jade reveals that he has brought them all from the netherworld. He tells everyone that Jade is dead, and his name is Guisarme, and he used Jade's teleportation ability to bring all the other demons here. After this, he says, "I had great difficulty controlling Jade's body, but as I kept dominating his mind, I found out about you people. He knew that you were going to be our target, so to save you all, he killed himself, tried to take his own life, but I did not let that happen. At the last moment, I completely healed him. All his minions want to control Ren's body." Jade tells everyone that Ren had killed her entire family with her poison in her childhood itself, and hearing this, they all start laughing. All members of the Assassin Guild had lost their hope. Just then, his gaze falls on Ren's hands, and he remembers that there was nothing like this in Jade's memory. So, using curse speech, he starts asking her questions, but she bites her own tongue. But still, he keeps trying to control her. In his mind, Jade's memories start playing, and she starts crying loudly. Just then, a huge magic circle starts forming in the sky. Along with this, a barrier forms around the members of the Assassin Guild, after which a fierce attack happens there, due to which all the demons there die, and seeing his power, the remaining demons are scared to death. All the demons thought that their leader had been killed. Meanwhile, Lloyd comes down and asks Ren, "Have you gone crazy? You were about to give your own life," after which he heals her and tells everyone that Grim has told me everything that happened here, so you can leave everything to me and go from here. Ren wanted to stay here, but before she could speak, Galileo picks her up and saying thank you to Lloyd, they all leave from there. Ren asks him, "What are you doing?" Galileo explains that many demons are still alive there and nothing happened to Guisarme even from such a big attack. We cannot do anything against them, so if we stay here, we will just get in Lloyd's way. Just then, Guisarme comes back there and tells the demons that, "Do I have to tell you everything? Go and catch them all." Just then, Lloyd activates many spells in the sky and says, "What do you think? Am I standing here to watch the show?" After which all those spells attack that place, and terrible destruction ensues there. But Guisarme teleports on top of a castle and attacks Lloyd, and that attack goes right through Lloyd's barrier too. So Lloyd dodges that attack, so it goes straight and hits another demon, due to which he dies instantly right there. Seeing this, Grim says that Guisarme is not using any spell. He is firing a direct effect like Ren and Crow. Hearing this, Lloyd understands that if his attack even touches him, then he will die at that very moment. Further, Grim explains that demons are divided into classes. These small fries, their class would be at most 10, but demons like Pazuzu come in 8th class. Meanwhile, demons like Grim come in 3rd class. So Lloyd says this means Guisarme is a 1st class, right? This Grim says no. He is much above even the 1st class. He is a demon lord. For him, demons like us are equal to the dust on his feet. He can defeat even 100 1st-class demons with his little finger. That is why I'm saying that we should run away. Lloyd says, okay, but instead of running far away, he was running towards Guisarme. Guisarme says, have you gone senile? Shorty, did you not understand what he said? What are you? Lloyd says that I am just the 7th prince. Guisarme says, oh yes, there is something like this in Jade's memories. Perhaps he wanted to meet you. Lloyd says that I also wanted to meet him, but you ruined everything. Wow, I can say that too. Just look down and see. You have messed up my minions. After which they both get ready to fight each other, due to which Grim was getting terrified. After this, Guisarme performs a small magic attack, but because of it, 2 layers of Lloyd's barriers break. Meanwhile, seeing all this, Grim was terrified. After which, Guisarme summons quite a few magic, attacks Lloyd from all sides. While dodging his attacks, Lloyd comes quite far, but at that very moment, Guisarme teleports on top of his barrier, and with a slight tap breaks his barrier. Meanwhile, during that time, all of Guisarme's attacks joined together and were moving towards Lloyd very fast. But at that very moment, Lloyd saves himself by pulling out a golem from the sea. Meanwhile, on the other side, a group of demons spots the Assassin Guild and starts moving towards them, and Babylon was climbing up to open the door. Meanwhile, towards the fight, even Guisarme was impressed seeing that Lloyd is alive even after so many attacks, and he was surprised to see that he was not running away even after seeing his teleportation ability. Lloyd says that your ability is Jade's. Guisarme says, oh yes, the same Jade who could never use this ability. Now you humans need spells to use such abilities, but I am different from you. I mastered magic as soon as I was born. We are like that bird which learns to fly on its own. But then there are some humans like Jade who, despite having such beautiful wings, can never learned to fly. Such humans should be grateful to us that we can use their abilities to their full potential. But those ungrateful people fight us instead, and you are also going to get punished for this. He just says this much when one of his attacks goes through Lloyd's body, and Guzarme says that stopping me is not in your capability, so don't waste yours and my time and die quickly in agony. After which we see that many weapons have gone through Lloyd's entire body. Meanwhile, on the other side, the members of the Assassin Guild were also fighting those demons, and those two pinned them to the ground. Meanwhile, on the other side, Babylon opens the door and tells everyone to get out of here. But just then, all the demons come out of Galileo's web. Seeing this, Talia looks at them all and then cuts her own legs, due to which they all get injured and fall down. After this, Talia tells everyone to leave from here, because if she sees them all, then they will also get injured. But Ren says that we cannot leave you and go, and you won't be able to run with that injury. But at that very moment, all the demons get healed. Seeing this, Talia stabs the sword into her leg again, due to which all the demons get injured again. She again tells everyone to leave from here, because she couldn't hold these demons back for long. Just then, Galileo pushes Ren and Crow, and locking the door himself stays inside. He tells Talia that I know what you are trying to do. You want to kill all these demons by taking your own life. And he tells her that when she kills those demons, she should take his life along with them. Hearing this, all the demons get terrified, and they cannot believe that a human can even take his own life to save others. After this, Talia places the sword on her neck. Seeing this, all the demons move forward to stop her, but Galileo stops them with his webs. Meanwhile, Talia says that we were always considered different from others. People used to treat us as if we were not humans at all, but now everything has changed. We never thought that we could control our powers. I cannot even imagine how Jade must have felt when he took his own life again and again. After this, she was about to take her life when this scene cuts. Meanwhile, Gusarme was saying to Lloyd, I thought that you would entertain me more, but it seems you are not much different from other humans. After this, he starts moving towards the members of the Assassin Guild, but just then, he sees that it was not Lloyd's body, but a clone made of mud. Then suddenly, Lloyd attacks him, due to which Gusarme escapes by teleporting. Lloyd asks him, can we go fight somewhere else? Meanwhile, on the other side, suddenly a fire attack happens on the demons, and after the door behind them breaks, Lloyd's furious. Siblings and future wife Silpha enter, along with Albert, who had brought his entire army. Immediately after this, we see a flashback of Silpha, where she was saying that whenever she attacks with full strength, her sword breaks, and this is the reason why she never fights with her full strength. But further, she says that if I have to fight a demon like Pazuzu, then I will have to use my full strength. Meanwhile, in the present, Ren says that you people have come to help us. Seeing this, they both turn angrily, and Albert says that our first job is to dispose of all these. After which, Silpha goes to them and says that quickly hand over Lloyd to us. For every minute you take to answer, I will chop off the heads of that many people. Meanwhile, all of them were terrified. Talia reveals that Prince Lloyd is fighting. Silpha asks, what fight? Ren was about to tell her about the demon when Babylon grabs her mouth and reminds her that Lloyd had told them that if they ever meet any other person from the palace, then they will not tell anything about his real power and grim because he wants to live a normal life. So Ren, acting cute, tells Silpha that he is fighting some random ordinary person. Silpha understands that she is lying, and she was about to chop off her head when Albert stops her. Seeing this, they all become happy that Albert will save them. But Albert says that I don't think we should kill a child first. Let's start with others. After this, Albert, showing Lloyd's underwear, says, why would Lloyd fight for people like you, who have done God knows what kind of things with him? Hearing this, Galileo says that you people are misunderstanding. His clothes had become dirty with my liquid. That is why he changed his clothes and left them there. Hearing this, Silpha and Albert lose their minds, and they were about to explode with anger. Ren says that your suspicion on us is justified, but just like you are Lloyd's family, all these are my family. But those demons snatched one of our family members, Jade, from us, and that is why Prince Lloyd is fighting them. Just then, a demon goes to attack Ren. Alice saves her and says that I think we should trust this girl. Albert tells Silpha to defeat all the demons and bring Lloyd back. But just then, at that very moment, that bridge is attacked, due to which all the demons fall into the water. Meanwhile, Gusarme did the attack on Lloyd, saying because he does not want anyone to come in between their fight. Just then, suddenly, Gusarme attacks Lloyd, but he was flying very fast, dodging him. Meanwhile, on the other side, Albert with his army was attacking those demons, but this was not having much effect on them because they can heal themselves very quickly. Albert starts thinking that if this continues, then all the soldiers' mana will be exhausted. Just then, he sees that Silpha is telling Shiro to jump and cross the bridge, but Shiro could not jump that far, so Silpha gets down. But just then, Shiro thinks that my master is on the other side. I can at least do this much to save him. After which, he takes a very high jump, but that jump was high because the bridge was high, and he straight away dives into the water. After which, which Silpha herself was about to jump. But at that very moment, a demon attacks Silpha, but Silpha easily blocks all his attacks. Meanwhile, the demon says that, "You are good at swordsmanship, but you won't be able to defeat me," and he reveals that his class is also A. Meanwhile, on the other side, Albert was thinking how to save the innocents whom the demons have possessed. Just then a demon goes to attack him, but Albert was hesitating to attack him. Just then Babylon comes and twists his neck. Albert asks him, "You did not hesitate at all to kill him." Babylon says that, "You are truly very good at heart. Seeing you reminds me of our leader Jade. It is not easy for us either to take a human life, and from all these bodies, their lives have already departed. For this information, he thanks Babylon, after which he was activating a powerful spell, and when it is ready, fireballs start raining from the sky, due to which all traces of the demons are wiped out. Meanwhile, on the other side, the fight between Silpha and the demon continued, where the clash between the two was equal, after which both of them used their special attacks. Seeing this, the Assassin Guild was terrified, and they could not believe how an ordinary maid is so strong. Meanwhile, due to that attack, both of them get equal injuries on their heads. Just then, the demon heals himself and says that no matter how much you injure me, it will be of no use. After which he attacks Silpha with the Lordost sword style, and he says that the people of Lordost are known for their martial arts, and the one whose body I have possessed was already quite powerful, which can be determined just by looking at his hands. Just then, Silpha attacks the demon with his own demon blade form, which he was barely able to block, and he asks her, "How can you use the demon blade's form?" Silpha reveals, "I learned this just now when you used it. But do you know what is shameful in this? That you cannot learn others' techniques without stealing their bodies. It seems all you demons are useless." Just then, Shiro comes back up, and Silpha pulls out a sword from inside Shiro. And as soon as she pulls it out, it was time for the battle. What did you think? It is time for a flashback. When Silpha had broken all her normal swords in training, and she could not see any way out. Just then Lloyd comes with Diane, and giving her a sword says that there is no enchantment or spell in this sword, just that we have made it so powerful that you can attack with your full strength, and with its help, you can defeat demons too. Demons cannot do anything without a physical body, so if you destroy his body, then that demon will also be killed. The only problem is that demons are quite powerful, and they can also heal themselves very quickly. So, Diane asks, how exactly can they be killed? Lloyd explains that they have to be finished with a single powerful attack. Silpha asks Lloyd, "Why did you make the sword for me?" Lloyd explains that during training, he had found out that she was not fighting with her full strength, and that is why he made this sword. Hearing this, Silpha hugs him out of joy. That demon reveals that our real plan was to call Jade here, for which we possessed the bodies of these humans and declared war. And hearing the name of war, Jade came running back. Hearing this, the Assassin Guild gets angry and Ren goes to attack him. But Silpha, stopping her, says that as long as she is here, their plan will never succeed. After which both of them get ready for the final attack. And when Silpha attacks him, due to her attack, all traces of the demon are wiped out, and the winner of this dangerous battle is Lloyd's Silpha. After this, we see Jade's last moments. He says to Gisarme that, "I have done what I had to do. You will definitely lose." Gisarme asks, "I lose to whom?" But before he could answer him, he dies. After this, Gisarme possesses Jade's body, and he starts thinking that Jade had said that he has done something, but I can still use his ability. Anyway, leave it. What could he have possibly done? After which, he declares war. Meanwhile, in the present, near Silpha, suddenly it becomes smoky, and this was done by Lloyd. After this, we see the scene from 5 minutes ago, where a fierce battle was going on between Lloyd and Gisarme. Lloyd, dodging all of Gisarme's attacks, was somehow thinking about defeating him, that all of Gisarme's spears are of the same type, which easily break 3-4 layers of his barriers, and they come with such speed and power, that if even one hits me, then I will die. So perhaps I should create many more barriers. Just then, an attack comes inside his barrier, which was that attack of Gisarme, which has no physical body, after which he comes out of his barrier. But just then, Gisarme attacks him again, and Lloyd thinks that this attack is the most dangerous. So he thinks that he will have to attack Gisarme without stopping, after which he casts a huge spell, and after the preparations are finished, a very big fire monster appears there, which was going to attack Gisarme. But Gisarme just moves away from in front of it, and that punch falls straight into the water, and because of this, steam spreads all around there. Due to the steam, inside the steam, he could not see anything. So using the chi technique, he finds out Gisarme's location. Just then, Grim reminds him that he will have to keep moving. Otherwise, Gisarme will teleport attacks onto him, after which he starts running again. But just then, he thinks that I was there for quite a while, but he did not attack me. So he can find my location only with his eyes. But still, Lloyd could not attack him, because if he went close, then it would be very dangerous. So, making many clones of himself, he attacks Gisarme. But Gisarme says that you have only made clones of yourself, but but cannot make ones of your real sword. And at that very moment, he kills the Lloyd with the real sword. And he says that even if you pass your sword through my head, I will be absolutely fine the very next second. But if I wanted, I could have stopped your swords by making myself as strong as iron. But I did not do so because I wanted to find your real body. But after prattling so much, he finds out that the Lloyd he killed is also a clone. So Guisarme starts thinking that Lloyd is definitely hiding somewhere here, keeping an eye on all his movements. So looking up, he says, "How long are you going to hide there?" But Lloyd was standing behind him and says, "Hey, I am here, monkey," and he attacks him. But even after such a powerful attack, he heals himself very quickly. But he sees that again in front of him. Many Lloyds were standing. So to find the real Lloyd, he summons many spears and attacks, everyone at once. But one of the Lloyds had created a barrier around himself. But when Guisarme hits him, he was also just a clone. Guisarme could not understand how to bring him out after all. Meanwhile, Lloyd becoming invisible was trying to come close to him, avoiding all his attacks. Meanwhile, seeing all this, Grimm was terrified. Just then he remembers when Lloyd was making the sword for himself. He had enchanted that sword with Spell Taker, due to which he can absorb any spell with his sword and convert it into mana and also analyze that spell, and Grimm understands that. Lloyd wants to analyze Guisarme's spell by risking his life, and in a short while he analyzes his spell, after which he deactivates all his clones and was standing alone in front of him. He even removes his barrier. Seeing this, Guisarme was confused and tells him that it will be great fun to kill you after torturing. But Lloyd says that you got too much power as soon as you were born. That is why neither did you ever try to improve, nor try to learn anything new. But humans are weak, and they always keep learning new things. Just then, Guisarme says, "Now will you bore me to death?" Just then, Guisarme teleports from there, and as soon as he teleports, Lloyd punches him hard, due to which he feels a lot of pain. Lloyd tells him that he had attacked him with the chi technique made by humans. Meanwhile, Guisarme could not understand how he reached the same place where he was about to teleport. After which Lloyd sits like an emperor and says, "Come on, monkey, show me some tricks." Guisarme gets even angrier at this. "You have only landed one attack on me. Don't get too ahead of yourself." Just then, Lloyd says, "Do you remember what Jade had told you before dying?" And he remembers that Jade had said that he will lose. He turns red with anger at this and teleports again. But this time too, as soon as he teleports, Lloyd kicks him hard in his stomach, after which he very rapidly starts beating him up. When Guisarme teleports to save himself from him, Lloyd reaching there too starts beating him up. Guisarme could not understand what exactly is happening. What should he do after all so that he can escape from Lloyd? But Lloyd continues beating him up, after which attacking Guisarme with a double incantation. And due to this dangerous attack of his, Guisarme reaches straight there where lava had erupted from the ground due to Lloyd's attack. At that very moment, reaching there, Lloyd kicks him and throws him towards the lava. He saves himself from falling into the lava by teleporting, but as soon as he teleports, Lloyd kicks him on his face, and even on his repeated teleportation, he does not leave him. Alone, and after such a beating, Guisarme was in a terrible state. Lloyd says, "Now the time has come to finish you." Guisarme tells him, "It seems you have forgotten. I am a demon lord, and I have the power to control mana in the atmosphere." After which, gathering mana from the atmosphere, he prepares a very huge attack, and says that this is the ultimate attack of magic from which no barrier can save you. Anyone coming in its range will turn to ash. After this, he attacks Lloyd, but just then, Lloyd extending his hand makes his attack disappear. Seeing this, Guisarme's head starts spinning. He could not understand where such a big attack went. Lloyd tells him, "I have made your attack disappear with a similar attack." Guisarme asks him, "What nonsense are you talking? How can you use this magic of mine? This is impossible." So Lloyd shows him by performing a magic named Void, and says that in front of this attack, no matter who it is, no matter how many barriers he has made, he turns to dust. There is only a difference of name between your attack and my attack. A long time ago I had spell in a book, and when I went to test it, seeing the destruction caused by it, my eyes were left wide open. Just then I thought, what would happen if such attacks collide with each other? That is why I made many voids collide with each other. Hearing this, Guisarme says, "Hey you, how can this happen? Just to make one attack, so much mana is needed, and you are saying that you made so many at once." But Lloyd ignores his words and says, "When I collided them, they suddenly disappeared. I did not enjoy it at all. Do you know?" Guisarme starts saying that how can an ordinary human use a demon lord spell? Are you talking nonsense? Do I not know? After this, he continues his prattle. Meanwhile, Lloyd was getting bored listening to his nonsense and sneezes. Seeing this, Guisarme gets angry and teleporting behind Lloyd grabs his head. But just then, Lloyd covers the entire area with his mana, seeing which even Grimm starts trembling with fear. After this, Lloyd asks him, "Tell me one thing, if I attack you with Void, then will you die?" After which he creates many voids and attacks Gusarme from all sides. Meanwhile, on the other side, due to fog, no one could see anything. But even in this mist, these three were searching and killing demons. Meanwhile, Ren, using her poison, is slowing down all the demons. Meanwhile, looking at the time, Albert says that it should be morning by now, but it is still dark in the sky. Meanwhile, on the other side, Guisarme is being pulled inside the void and is screaming loudly in pain because neither is his regeneration working here, nor can he teleport. So he tries to run from there, leaving Jade's body, but Jade's body does not let him go. So Guisarme pretends to be Jade and tells Lloyd that Guisarme has died by being pulled into the void, but I am somehow still alive. Please save me. But Lloyd does not fall for his words, and he attacks him with another void, due to which getting crushed between the two. Guisarme is finished forever, after which the entire sky there becomes normal again, where Jade's soul comes and thanks Lloyd. Meanwhile, seeing all this from below, Ren remembers a flashback where once Jade had told them, "I have heard a rumor about the seventh prince. When he was born, there were fireworks in the sky, but those were not firecrackers. They were made from his magic as soon as the prince was born. If this is true, then the prince is a magic genius, and it is also possible that one day he comes and frees us from our curse." But hearing this, Galileo gets angry and says, instead of paying attention to all these rumors, focus on some work, and even if such a thing is true, then we will remain his servants for life. Remembering these things, tears come to Ren's eyes. After this, in the next scene, Lloyd makes a grave for Jade, and he tells Grimm that he was able to defeat Guisarme only with Jade's help. When I went to analyze his spell, that spell was already placed in such a good way that I was able to understand it very quickly. I am sure that Jade must have done all this before his death, so that someone could come and defeat Guisarme. Just then, Albert comes there and he says that he has found out the whole matter, that when the Assassin Guild found out about Jade's plan, they came to you asking for help because you are a magic expert. But when you reached there, you had to fight not Jade, but many demons. After which, he also praises him that he defeated a demon alone. But because the Assassin Guild used to take people's lives, and also they have kidnapped a prince, the punishment for which will be very severe. They have said that they want to remain your servant for life for their mistake, and even if this is not possible, they will accept their punishment. After this, Albert places a sword on Lloyd's neck and says that if you accept them as your servant, then whatever they do after this, its entire responsibility will be yours. It is not easy to control criminals, and in such a case, if something happens, then this will ruin our family's name too. But Lloyd says very calmly that whatever you said is all correct. I will try my best to control them, but if anything happens, then I am ready to take full responsibility for it. Seeing him talking with such maturity, everyone there is surprised, and Albert tells him that even though you are the seventh prince, you are also my little brother. So if you ever need anything, you can tell me. After which he hugs Lloyd. Just then Tao reaches there, who, seeing them all near the grave, starts running in fear. But stopping her, Albert says that I have to say thank you to you for that day. After this, everyone was partying. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ren, Alice, and Silpha were bathing together, and Ren tells Silpha that she also wants to work for Lloyd, but Silpha tells her that only Lloyd can take this decision. And just then, we see that Lloyd was standing right behind them, and he says yes to giving Ren the job. Lloyd was slowly leaving from there when Silpha pulls him to her. Ren asks him if it would be okay for a cursed human like her to work for Prince Lloyd. Lloyd says that you still consider yourself cursed if you control your poison magic properly, then you can save many people's lives with it. That is why you should work on your poison magic. After this, Ren starts wearing a maid's dress and working with Silpha and Albert, and Lloyd tell the king everything, and instead of getting angry, the king gives them all permission to become Lloyd's servants. After which, in the end, we see Lloyd inside the library where he is happily reading a book while flying. Further, we see Ren, who comes to call Lloyd for breakfast, but inside the room, she could not see Lloyd anywhere. Just then she hears a voice from behind. So what is up? Hearing his voice, Ren gets scared, and Lloyd reveals that he was able to hide his presence only by using the mana block technique taught by her. She is impressed seeing this because it took her a year to learn this skill, and she says that Lloyd is very amazing. But just then she realizes that she is his maid, and stuttering tells him that master is wonderful. You have been working here for quite some time now. You are still not used to it. Ren says that it will still take her a little time. Silpha is teaching her everything, but she is very strict and she is having a lot of trouble learning the proper etiquette. But she promises that she will learn everything soon. When no one is around, you can talk to me normally. But just then Silpha arrives there and starts scolding Ren for talking to Lloyd in a casual manner. After this, we see the civilians who were repairing the destruction caused by the demons. On the other side, Lloyd is jumping on Galileo's webs. Meanwhile, Lloyd's father had given him the power to choose the governor of Lordost, and he has chosen Galileo. After this, Babylon comes there and says that the demon caused a lot of destruction, so it will take time to repair everything. Now, I am the governor of this city. I will not let its condition become like that again. But to protect ourselves from demons, we will need something. If you want to hear a demonic opinion, then I would like to suggest divine sorcery to you. But those people did not know that Grimm is a demon. So hearing this, they are all surprised because until now, they thought he was just a goat. Have you all lost your minds? Which goat has powers? Idiots. Listen to me. Divine sorcery is a kind of magic that only church priests can use, and they use God's holy power to dispel evil. But Talia and Crow found all these things nonsense because they do not even believe in God. So it seems you should start believing in God now. Go join the church. But hearing the name of the church, Lloyd starts sweating and says that he will go to church sometime later. Hearing this, everyone gets confused and Grimm asks him, what happened before? Actually, I was a member of the church before, but due to some of my actions, I was kicked out from there. But he still wanted to learn divine sorcery. So he decides to join the church again. Lloyd reaches the church. Wait a second, what are you doing here with me? So Ren tells him that she had to come here in place of Silpha because she is quite busy with work and she also wanted to spend more time with him. Saying this, she blushes so much that she suddenly goes and hugs Shiro. Meanwhile, if they want to learn divine sorcery, then they will have to do a lot of work for the church. After this, they all reach inside the church, where at first seeing Lloyd's cute face, they were talking to him very nicely. But as soon as they remember who he is, they start shouting at him. What you did here 2 years ago, I can never forget that. You are a monster, a monster. What exactly did Lloyd do 2 years ago? Just then, a girl named Asher comes there who is very happy to see Lloyd and says that it has been a long time since that incident. But God forgives everyone, and the rest of the sisters are also not angry with Lloyd anymore. No matter what you say, I can never forgive this devil's spawn. Just then his gaze falls on Shiro, whom he finds very cute. So he gets ready to give Lloyd a chance, after which he goes straight and hugs Shiro. After which he tells Lloyd and his companions to start doing their work. But Lloyd gets bored with work very quickly and breaks a vase. But without doing anything about it, he starts leaving from there. Just then Asher comes there and she was happy to see that nothing had happened to Lloyd. And Asher says that she will help him apologize to father. After this, they pick up all the pieces together and Lloyd goes to throw them away. Ren asks Asher why Lloyd is behaving in such a strange way. But Asher tells her that he has always been like this. Except for magic, he does not have even a bit of interest in anything. She knows that Lloyd has joined the church because he wants to learn divine sorcery. Even when he came to the church 2 years ago, he used to keep breaking things. After this, we see a scene from the past when Lloyd breaks a vase and Asher was happy seeing that nothing happened to him. But Lloyd says that she should be a little stricter with him, so she gives him a slight scolding. But Lloyd says that this is not enough. Instead, she should use divine sorcery and attack him. But Asher tells him that divine sorcery should only be used to fight evil and asks him if he would like to sing together. But leaving everything, Lloyd starts leaving from there. Sometime after this, the churches, a demon enters, due to which everyone starts running out. And you people have guessed it absolutely right. This demon was summoned by Lloyd because he wants Asher to defeat that demon using divine sorcery. Just then, Asher saves Lloyd. But during this, she gets injured on her head and blood starts flowing from there. Due to this, Lloyd starts feeling bad and the demon disappears from there. After this, Lloyd had confessed everything, due to which everyone started calling him the devil's spawn, and he was permanently banned from the church. But Asher knows that Lloyd is a very good person at heart because she has spent a lot of time with him and she wants to invite him to sing with her. On the other hand, Lloyd throws the pieces of father's favorite vase into the dustbin. Just then his gaze falls on his sister Saria, who was being harassed by 2 roadside goons, and they start threatening to beat her up. But just then Saria asks them if they know how to play an instrument. They both say that they only know how to beat drums, and that too only with punches. Apart from this, they cannot do anything else. Hearing this, Saria becomes sad and starts leaving from there. Babylon asks Lloyd about his sister. Lloyd reveals that she is a music prodigy who can play all instruments in a much better way. But apart from music, she knows nothing, so they don't talk much. Just then that goon lifts Saria up in the air and says that he can play one instrument very well, and that is girls. Just then Asher comes there and stopping him says that she is not an instrument, but that goon grabs her instead, due to which she starts screaming loudly. But the kind of sounds she was making, Saria likes them very much. Seeing all this, father starts feeling that his recital is going to be ruined, but Lloyd did not know what he was talking about. So Babylon tells him that Saria and Asher are going to perform together, and their music is very popular because whoever listens to them, it heals them. Grimm feels that perhaps this is divine sorcery, and he could not let it be cancelled, so he tells Ren to dispose of those goons. Meanwhile, That goon was still preparing to make different sounds come out of those girls. Just then, Ren uses her mana focus technique and puts most of the people there to sleep with her power. Seeing this, Grim and Lloyd praise her because due to mana focus, now she is able to control her powers, and also, due to her training, she can use her poison to knock people out. But while he was praising her, both those goons wake up and Ren starts apologizing to him because she could not knock both of them out. They both go to attack Lloyd, but using Jade's technique, he teleports both of them somewhere far away. But Lloyd says that he needs even more training because he does not know where he has sent both of them. When Father regains consciousness, Lloyd tells him that his friends disposed of those goons, but Babylon is scared to death. This is a tiny little kid. He saw Jade's technique just a while ago and is even using it. Just then, Saria starts looking at Lloyd very intently, and after looking for a few seconds, she remembers who he is, hearing which everyone is surprised because she had forgotten her younger brother's name. Asher reveals that Saria only remembers those who are connected to music. Bro, what a family. Everyone is a unique specimen. Asher says that Lloyd can sing, so he should join them, but Saria feels that he will ruin their performance because he has not practiced even a bit, and she tells him to watch their recital carefully. Perhaps they are going to use divine sorcery with ritual. Mages create different things using mana signature, but they can also do the same things through ritual, like by dancing or by singing. At that very moment, Lloyd and Babylon feel something strange, but they think that they are imagining something and ignore it for now. Father was giving wine to everyone, and Asher and Saria start their performance. Everyone was finding their performance very amazing, and seeing this, Grim understands that those people are using divine sorcery, so he gives Lloyd his sword, with the help of which he absorbs the magic particles, and now he could see its mana signature. Lloyd had never seen such a thing before, and he feels that these mana particles are healing everyone. 1 second, Grim, is this hurting you? No. The caster of this magic spell is Asher, and she does not have enough mana to harm me. I cannot read the mana signature, but I have been feeling for a while that someone is watching me from above. Perhaps this is a servant of God. I will come back here soon. After which he teleports from there, and he was teleporting to the one who has been watching him for a while, but it is taking him a lot of time to reach there. While going, he reaches a different dimension where there were clouds all around. They could not understand where exactly they were, so they start wandering here and there, and in a while they see an angel named Jiriel, and she was sitting on top of a temple. This is the one who was watching me. But just then, those people find out that she was actually not watching those two girls performing, because he is a huge fan of theirs, and he is even ready to go to the humans' world just to smell the fragrance of their sweat. Bro, what have they made him into? Lloyd starts throwing clouds at him, seeing which Jiriel gets furious at him. But just then, the bell in his brain rings, and he cannot understand what a human is doing. Here, because a dimensional wall keeps the world of humans and paradise separate, Lloyd tells him to teach him divine sorcery, but the angel felt that seeing his beauty, all of them have lost their minds, and he says that if they want, they can kiss his feet. Hearing all this, Grim gets angry, and he tells him to stop the nonsense and quietly teach them divine sorcery. Otherwise, they will tell everyone what kind of things he was talking about doing with Asher and Saria. But Jiriel says that he can tell whomever he wants, and no one will trust a tiny demon like him. Jiriel says that he can teach divine sorcery, but only to those who are worthy of it, and tells both of them to get lost from here. But Lloyd refuses to go, so Jiriel, using the luck spell, summons divine swords and with them attacks Lloyd. But Lloyd saves himself using his barrier magic. On the other hand, Babylon asks Ren if Lloyd had said anything before leaving. Ren says that he had felt that someone was staring at him. Babylon says that he had sensed something else, and he starts going out to investigate. After this, we see the fight between those two again, where Lloyd was deflecting Jiriel's attacks and says that divine sorcery is quite fun because his swords are as strong as steel, and he cannot even absorb it because they are not magic, but like real objects. So he gives his sword back to Grim. He feels that Luck's swords are made of mana, and he wants to see exactly how powerful they are. So he jumps into the air and attacks Jiriel with 4 huge magic balls. Seeing his attack, Jiriel is also terrified, and he was surprised to see that he has made 4 holes in the realm's wall. Just then, suddenly, Lloyd comes behind him. Hey, why are you dodging the attack, man? He swings the sword at Lloyd and says that his Lucks are invincible, but he does not want his Lucks to be touched by his trivial magic, and that is why he dodged his attack. Meanwhile, he felt that Lloyd had run away fearing him, but he was standing on the temple and says that he wants to check the durability of Lucks. How dare you even think about experimenting on me? Your attacks won't even be be able to touch me. I will dodge everyone. So Lloyd, using Jade's technique, creates portals all around Jiriel and at once attacks him from all sides. But Jiriel somehow escapes from his attack. He dodged this attack too. Looks like I will have to use some other trick. When Gusarma was using this technique, he was already so dangerous. But who knows what will happen with this in Lloyd's hands? Lloyd, if you keep doing this, he will die. What crazy things are you saying, Grim? Remember, he said his Lux is invincible. What will happen with this? After this, Lloyd creates a portal and attacks Jiriel, but he again dodges his attack. Jiriel, Prince Lloyd does not want to kill you, so it would be better if you teach him divine sorcery. But Jiriel says again that his Lux is invincible and he will never be able to hit him. Wait a second, before attacking I have to use teleportation spell. That is why he is able to dodge every time. Jiriel says that he has seen all of Lloyd's tricks, and now he starts going to attack Lloyd. Seeing this, Grim starts worrying not about Lloyd, but about Jiriel. And when Jiriel was about to hit Lloyd, at that very moment, Lloyd activates his spell. Jiriel tries to block it, but his defenses break. I am telling you again, surrender. But Jiriel does not give up and says that, even though his Lux are broken, but they are infinite, and he can repair them as many times as he wants. Hearing this, Lloyd becomes even more interested and wants to know how many times he can repair it, and he again starts preparing to attack Jiriel. Seeing this, he gets scared and says that he was lying about everything, but his voice does not reach Lloyd's ears, and he attacks him. Lloyd sees that Jiriel has become transparent, and Grim tells him that such beings are made of mana. So due to running out of all mana, he has become like this. Okay, at least I found out that he is neither invincible nor infinite, but physical objects are being made from mana. This is also quite interesting. Jiriel thinks that since he is about to die, now Lloyd won't be able to learn divine sorcery, but just then Lloyd starts transferring his mana into him and says that he should teach him divine sorcery, but actually he had given a bit too much mana because now he started looking like a puffed up Batura. Meanwhile, Jiriel finds Lloyd's powers interesting and he wants to snatch them somehow. I can teach you divine sorcery, but we will have to make a contract. But actually, he wants to possess him so that he can go to Earth and meet those two girls. He tries to control Lloyd's body with his spell, and he thinks that his plan has worked. But just then, he finds out that he has become Lloyd's arm. Seeing this, Grim starts laughing at him. Hey, idiot, Lloyd has more mana than you. So on the contrary, he absorbed you. Donkey, Lloyd asks him if the pact is complete? Yes, absolutely. If someone wants to use divine sorcery, then an angel has to. Make a mana signature on the caster's soul, and since he has merged with him, he can now use divine sorcery, and Lloyd feels that this is quite interesting and powerful. Meanwhile, Grim starts thinking that now Lloyd has so much power that he can rule both hell and heaven. But just then, Lloyd says that he is not feeling good because he likes learning new things very much. But he learned divine sorcery a little too quickly. After this, Lloyd tries to cast the Lux spell, and Jiriel tells him that its form depends on the user, and he should first try to make a sword. Lloyd starts casting the spell, and now because Jiriel had merged with him, he is able to sense that Lloyd is absolutely pure and innocent, exactly like that person whom he had met many years ago. But when Lloyd finishes casting the spell, he had created a huge monster that starts destroying the realm. Seeing this, both of them get scared. Prince Lloyd, what are you doing? Stop, stop, but this is not even complete yet. And Jiriel understands that his Lux is looking so different because his mana pool is huge and his personality is also different. And that monster's look was exactly like an archangel's wing. You crazy man, this is not the time to be impressed. We have to stop it somehow. On the other side, we see Babylon, who goes into the garden, and from there he was getting some strange smell. He feels that perhaps here he will find a clue about divine sorcery, and he starts investigating. But just then a man comes to him. Are you lost here? You should go back inside the church. Babylon asks him, who exactly is he? That guy says that he is a pastor. A pastor is basically the leader of a church. But Babylon does not believe him because he was not wearing any symbol of the church. Oh, you are talking about that. I forgot to wear that. Look, here it is with me. Just then, Ren arrives there with Shiro, who, when sees that guy, he starts growling at him. Doesn't your rosary look a little strange? Because if you have been a member of the church for so long, then it shouldn't have been so clean. Hearing this, that guy gets ready to fight them. But just then, Lloyd teleports behind him and reaches there, and he asks them what those people are doing here. That guy was standing ready to fight Lloyd too, but Lloyd, ignoring him, leaves from there. But when Jiriel sees that guy, it seemed as if he recognizes him. After this, they go to Asher, who tells them that due to the weather, their performance had to be stopped. Meanwhile, seeing both his stars in front of him, Jiriel has gone crazy. After this, Babylon asks Asher about that garden, so she tells that dead pets are buried there. Was that why such a bad smell was coming from there? But still, who was that guy? Oh yes, Father Uncle, I am leaving the church. I also don't want to get into all these hassles. Lloyd has got what he wanted. After this, we see that same man again, who is trying to make his rosary dirtier. Because after losing his original, he got this new one. Just then, a strange creature starts coming out from inside the ground. Don't worry, there is no need to chase those people. We just have to increase security. The day we were waiting for is going to come soon. After this, Jiriel helps Lloyd's friends too in making Lux. Lloyd says that the more people are able to use it, the better. He will be able to experiment, and he asks Jiriel to make a path for them too so that they can use divine sorcery without ritual. That I did only for you and for one other. Guy, I won't do that for them. Okay, that's all fine. Can't you make your size small like Grim so that fewer people notice you? I can do it. But why should I look like this wretched goat? Now don't say that you cannot even make your size smaller. But hearing this, Jiriel gets annoyed and transforms himself into a yellow bird. So Prince Lloyd, how did you like my new transformation? But Lloyd was ignoring him completely and is busy drinking his tea. After this, Jiriel tells them that Asher was using purification class divine sorcery, which destroys evil creatures. After this, those two goons come there who, seeing Lloyd, were about to attack him, and we find out that those people are residents of Lordost and work for Galileo. Master Lloyd, I don't know what is happening here, but for their mistake, I want to offer you my fingers. Meanwhile, those goons could not understand why. Those people are talking to this small child with so much respect, and they go to attack him. But Lloyd, using his glow spell, changes their heart, and they both have now become very good humans, and they start apologizing to Lloyd and say that what they did with his sister, they will apologize for that too. Meanwhile, when Jiriel finds out what both of them had done, he goes to kill them and asks those people why Ren and Babylon had not recognized these two. Talia says that they used to live a little away from people. That is why they do not know them. On the other side, we see Babylon, who is still in the church, and they like the food cooked by him very much. But the pastor was sad that Lloyd left from here just after a day. Meanwhile, Jiriel has taught divine sorcery to Babylon too, and before leaving, Lloyd had told him to take care of everything here. After this, Lloyd returns to his home. Meanwhile, Jiriel was happy that he has come with Lloyd because his life is more fun than heaven, but his perversion, even here, starts coming out, so Grim slaps him hard. Just then, another Lloyd comes out of a cupboard, seeing which Jiriel gets confused. Grim explains to him that it is a wooden doll which Lloyd has got made to do his petty tasks. Hearing this, Jiriel starts thinking that he can possess the wooden doll and then go to bathe with the maids. But hearing this, Grim slaps him again and says that if he even touches the doll, he will not leave him alive. Further, Lloyd was saying that they will go to kill ghouls because fighting the undead is the best way to test divine sorcery. Just then, Silpha comes there, and Lloyd asks her to go ghoul hunting with him, and she immediately gets ready to go with him. They start going towards the Great Dane Bridge, where it is said that there are many ghouls. But Ren does not believe that ghouls live in that place because the area around it is very bustling. Lloyd asks Silpha if she can detect ghouls using her senses, but Silpha says that she will not be able to do so because the smell of ghouls and rotten food is the same. Just then, Saria and Asher arrive there, who had come to invite them to eat pancakes together. Hearing this, Jiriel starts jumping to go with them, but Grim silences him and says that they have to hunt ghouls first. But Lloyd also wanted to eat pancakes, so they go with them, and Grim says that this is the first time he had seen Lloyd so excited. Lloyd says that pancakes are so tasty that their taste feels exactly like magic, and Saria starts giving him tips on how he should eat pancakes. After this, they all start eating pancakes, and Asher asks them what they are doing here. So they tell her that they have come here to hunt ghouls. Asher tells them that many people have taken shelter in the church because ghouls had attacked them, and tells him about those areas where ghouls were seen. But all the adventurers who had gone to kill them are all missing right now. Meanwhile, due to all these things, Saria did not want their performance to be cancelled. Again, because this time, both the king and the pope will attend their performance. Further, Ren is very excited to defeat all the ghouls because she does not want the ghouls to continue destroying others' lives. After this, they reach near the Great Dane Bridge. But Ren does not understand where exactly the ghouls would be here, so Lloyd reveals that they must be towards the sewers. Meanwhile, due to sharp senses, Shiro and Silpha start smelling the stench already, but Lloyd wanted to go inside because he is worried about the missing adventurers, especially the one whom he had sent earlier. Just then, Tao comes out of the source, who hugs him, and she was happy because Lloyd was worried about her. Just then, Silpha hits her on her head and reveals that Lloyd has come here only because he wanted to test his divine sorcery. Further, Lloyd asks her, are the ghouls hiding inside the sewers? But Tao tells him that when she was inside, she got lost and she found nothing. But as soon as she felt Lloyd's presence, she could come out from there. Tao reveals that inside the sewers, she cannot use chi, so she starts leaving from there. Just this small thing you do not need to worry about. After which, using purification magic, he eliminates all the dark miasma from there. After this, they go inside the source, where upon going, they find out that Lloyd's magic had cleaned everything inside that area, and because of this, Tao was not feeling tired like before. But things were sparkling so much now that Grim starts having trouble with all of them, and due to the air being clean, Tao was also able to use chi, so she starts searching the area using her special detection skill, due to which she finds out the location of the ghouls. Further, Ren gives maid clothes to Tao, and she takes them to where the ghouls were. But Shiro goes out of the area purified by Lloyd, due to which he was not even able to breathe, but still he goes inside for Lloyd. Meanwhile, Lloyd was not smelling anything, so he thinks about using special detection. But just then, Tao comes to him and asks how he can use her skills. Silpha hits her again, and they both start fighting each other. Meanwhile, Lloyd asks her why she did not bring her sword. Silpha reveals that she wants to keep her perfectly good sword clean. Hearing this, Tao feels this is the perfect opportunity for their competition. But Silpha is not interested in all this, so she says that whoever wins the competition, she will go on a date with Lloyd. Hearing this, Silpha also gets ready to participate, and Ren says that she also wants to take part in this. After this, chasing Shiro, many ghouls come there. All three girls were ready to fight, but Lloyd stops them and using divine sorcery gives the three of them Lux weapons so that he can test them. First of all, Tao goes to fight those ghouls and defeats 4 ghouls one by one. But just then, Silpha comes and stops her and starts stealing her kills, and very soon her score also reaches 4. Tao tells her to go her own way, but Silpha explains to her that she is just testing the weapon. And yes, one more thing, your kills don't count. You didn't use your weapon, due to which they both again start arguing with each other and keep stealing each other's kills continuously. Seeing both of them, it seemed as if their competition was equal. But poor Ren was left behind because she was fighting them casually, but she also wanted to go on a date with Lloyd, so she enchants her weapon with poison and attacks a ghoul, but as soon as it touches that ghoul, her weapon breaks. Okay, so if divine sorcery is tampered with, then it becomes weak. Thanks, Ren. Because of you, I got an idea. After this, he again hands her a weapon. Ren thinks that this is the same weapon as before, but when she hits the ghoul, it shatters into pieces and she understands that it is already poisonous. This is actually not poisonous, but as soon as the weapon attaches, its purification ability starts spreading inside that ghoul. Now divine sorcery is going to change completely, because now it has fallen into Lloyd's hands. After this, those 3 girls continue killing ghouls, and we see that the scores of all 3 become equal, due to which the competition becomes even more intense, and now only 1 ghoul was left there. But when the 3 of them go to attack it, that ghoul pushes them back in a single blow. After this, we, again, see that same man who had caught Father by the neck. I should have increased security beforehand. Some brats have arrived, and he tells that small ghost to possess Father's body so that he can roam freely in the church. But Asher also sees all these things, and scared asks him what he is doing here. Meanwhile, those 3 girls, despite being injured, get up again. Meanwhile, Ren sees a thread, seeing which she gets surprised. Tao goes to attack that monster, but just then, suddenly she sits down right in front of him. She cannot understand what is happening here. That monster was about to attack her, but at the last moment, Silpha comes there and saves her, and Tao tries to tell her that she was unable to move her leg, so Silpha tells her that she was also feeling strange in her hands. Just then, that monster throws a thread on Lloyd, but Lloyd catches it, and when he senses its powers, he gets terrified. Seeing the opportunity, those 3 girls attack him together, but he dodges this too. On the other hand, Lloyd was analyzing that thread, and he finds out that it is a spinal thread. Ren reveals that she had also seen that thread, and she had heard about that monster before. After this, we see a scene from the past, when Jade was telling Ren about Neuron Blinded, whose body creates spinal threads made of mana. When that thread touches a human body, that monster can control that part. His entire body is wrapped in spinal threads, on which mana signature is placed to dodge attacks and to counterattack. Due to this, his reaction speed is very high. During the Civil War, he was sent as a biological weapon, and whoever came in his way, he killed them. Even if they were his companions, they tried to kill him, but they could not harm him at all. Even after being shot in the heart, he survived. Finally, by blasting a cliff, he was thrown into the sea, and the whole time he was suffering badly. Meanwhile, in the present, those 3 girls could now see the spinal threads. Meanwhile, Silpha cannot understand how he is able to move, while he has already died. Ren thinks that maybe this is because of his automatic reflexes. But Lloyd does not think that he is a ghoul, because he still has his old memories. Tao says that leaving all this aside, they should just focus on attacking him, and they will dodge his threads. But just then they see that those threads are all around them, after which he slams them to the ground. After this, we again see the same man, to whom that wraith says that he wants to possess Asher because he likes her figure very much. That ghost starts going to possess her, but just then Babylon attacks him and also stabs a knife into that man's hand. It seems you have strayed from God's path. Would you like to sing hymns with me? I don't have time for all these useless things. After which, he transforms his body in a strange way. Meanwhile, seeing 3 sexy girls fallen down, Juriel starts getting angry at that monster. Meanwhile, those 3 girls stand up again, and now they had started understanding his fighting style. He again tries to catch them with his spinal threads, but the 3 of them dodge him and reach the monster. But despite this, he blocks the attacks of all 3, and punching Tao and Ren throws them far away. Silpha attacks him with her sword, but he catches it with both his hands. And now, because both his hands were stuck, Ren climbing on top of him uses her poison, but Juriel says that poison does not work on ghouls. But just then, that ghoul falls to the ground ground, and Lloyd understands that Ren had used neurotoxin, meaning she has paralyzed him, and before its effect wears off, Tao starts attacking him. But while attacking, that monster's control comes back, and Tao is barely able to dodge his attack. And we see that his spinal threads can even cut things. Tao, using her skill, catches his threads, and then with her gloves throws him towards Silpha, and Silpha, using her lion's roar technique, attacks him and he goes flying far away. Ren thinks that they have defeated him. No, it is not like that at all. Before my attack landed, his reflexes had returned. On the other hand, Blinded is trying to run from there. Who wanted to have fun on the surface before going to his master? But just then, Lloyd attacks him and blows off his leg. Seeing Lloyd in front of him, that monster gets scared. Meanwhile, on the other side, for those three girls, Lloyd had made an excuse of going to pee. Meanwhile, that monster starts remembering his past life, where only injustice happened to him. And living such a sorrowful life, he died. But because even as a ghost he was weak, he could not even control any powerful person, so his revenge remained incomplete. But just then he met his master, who showed him that monster's body. And using that body, he took revenge on all those who had tormented him. But after this, he had nothing to do. So he came back to his master, and his master became his world. After this, we come back to the present, where Lloyd, using his luck, summons a giant angel. Seeing him, Blinded gets even more scared and starts thinking about running from there. But just then he remembers his master, and he feels that Lloyd could be a threat to him. So even after trembling with fear, he decides to fight him. He sews his leg back together and joins it and starts going to attack Lloyd. He was dodging all the angel's attacks, but during this, one of his hands gets cut off. But despite this, he does not stop and keeps moving towards Lloyd. But reaching near Lloyd, he collides with his barrier and realizes that he never had any chance of winning. But when he was about to fall, that angel catches him, and Lloyd was happy seeing this, that he has finally stopped reacting automatically. Why did you spare me? Lloyd tells him that he wants to experiment on him because he is quite interesting. Wait a second, you can talk? Could you not tell this before? It seems I caused more damage than I intended. After this, Lloyd starts asking him personal questions, and extending his hand towards him says that he wants to know more about him. Hearing all this, Blinded gets emotional and holds his hand. But due to being emotional, he also starts crying. Meanwhile, Grim and Jiriel start praising him because despite being scared to death, he was fighting Lloyd. It took a lot of courage to fight Lloyd. The hardships of my past life were nothing in front of this. I never thought that I would even be able to touch the hand of a human like Lloyd. Just then, Blinded remembers that his master had given him a spell named Luma Maxima, which if broken, then along with his body, his soul will also be destroyed. Meanwhile, that pill breaks, due to which there is a very bright light, and his entire body turns into ash. On the other side, that man finds out that neuron Blinded has lost. Due to that spell, Grim got injured, so Lloyd starts healing him. Meanwhile, Jiriel cannot understand how that monster was able to use Luma Maxima, because it is quite an advanced spell, and very few beings can use it. Lloyd hears the voice of that dying Blinded, who tells him to take care of his master. After this, Lloyd picks up his sword. On the other side, Babylon tells Asher to take father and leave from here, but Asher was worried about him, so he says that she should not worry about him. Here he is the strongest, so she does not even need to call anyone for help. After this, Asher leaves from there. Meanwhile, Babylon did not want to let anyone else come here because he feels that no one can defeat this man. But just then, Babylon sees that he has been staring at the ground for a while. My father wait like this for a little longer. As soon as Asher leaves, I will also flee. But just then he attacks Babylon. But Babylon, jumping in the air, saves himself from his attack. After this, we see a scene from the past when Lloyd had asked Babylon to take care of the church because his life has been spent facing dangers, so he can recognize any danger first, and says that he trusts him. Babylon dodges that guy's attack, but he cannot understand why he is not feeling scared because that man is far more powerful than him. He feels that Lloyd must have given him some buff, and he reaches behind that man. He knows that his attacks will not work on that man, so he uses the glow spell like Lloyd so that he can change that guy's heart. But he did not have enough mana that a single attack would work, so he starts casting that same spell continuously, and he feels that in so much light, even that man will not be able to attack him. But just then that man attacks Babylon's chest, due to which he falls to the ground. But he had distracted the man for long enough that Asher has gone far away from there taking father. But just then suddenly he stands up again, because when that man had attacked him, using his flexibility, he had saved his organs. He can also twist his muscles to increase their strength, and he attacks that man with his full power. But he is very strong, and due to that attack, on the contrary, Babylon himself gets injured. But still he keeps attacking like crazy. But this does not harm that man at all, and attacking him, he slams him straight into the wall. He finds Babylon's body quite interesting. After this, using his lux, he summons a lot of swords which were spread all around in the church. On the other side, to escape the rain, many adventurers have come to the guild. Just then, Asher arrives there. The receptionist, whose name is Katrina, asks her if everything is okay, and some adventurers coming to her ask that if there is any problem, then they will definitely help her. But just then, she remembers that Babylon had forbidden her from calling for help, so she tells them that everything is fine. The pastor just slipped in the rain. She asks them to take care of father and herself starts going towards Babylon and thinks that she will have to find a way to save Babylon and starts asking God for help, and in return for that, she was ready to give her life too. But just then, she slips and falls, and she cannot understand what she can do to save Babylon. Just then, Lloyd comes there and says that he was heading towards the guild. Just then, Asher starts crying and tells Lloyd to save Babylon. But just then, she gets confused, and she cannot understand why she is saying this to Lloyd and tells him to forget whatever she said. But just then, Lloyd disappears from there. On the other side, we see Babylon in whose body. At many places, a lot of swords have pierced, and Lloyd had reached there, who feels that he has become quite late. Meanwhile, Babylon has arrived in heaven, and he was happy that he saved Asher. Just then, he sees Jade, with whom he wanted to party. But just then, he starts hearing the sound of Asher's song, and he understands that his time to die has not come yet. And he starts following the music and regains consciousness again. Seeing him like this, everyone is very happy. Meanwhile, Asher faints because she had been healing him for a long time. They tell him that since Lloyd brought him here, 3 days have passed. Lloyd and Jiriel had cast healing magic on him continuously for 10 hours, but still he did not regain consciousness, after which Asher kept trying to heal him continuously with her singing. Galileo tells him that it is very good that he woke up today. Just then, Lloyd comes there. It is time to start the forced awakening experiments, but he sees that Babylon had regained consciousness. "Oh, you woke up. This is a very good thing. Looking at you, it does not seem that you are happy." Babylon thanks him, but Lloyd says that he should thank Asher and Jade because she kept healing him, and if he could not use Jade's magic, then he would have truly been killed. After this, Babylon tells him everything about that guy, and Jiriel cannot believe that a lowly human like him can use Lux. After this, Babylon tells them that he had cast 30 glow spells continuously, but he could not change his heart even a bit. So Lloyd feels that according to that man, he is not doing anything wrong, because purification magic works only when the person in front knows that he is wrong. After this, they talk to the pastor and try to find out what exactly that man wants, because he was talking something about increasing security. Talia sees that Lloyd is looking exactly like a detective, and she puts some clothes on him in which Lloyd looks very cute to her. But Galileo tells her that his master is not their toy. After this, they reach the same garden to do the investigation, where he thanks Tao for guarding the church and asks if anything happened here. Tao tells him that Katrina had come here. She was just telling him all this. Just then, Katrina comes back there again, and she was angry. She tells them that to give information about that man, she had contacted the church headquarters, where the Pope asks his assistant about that incident, who tells him that the man was using Lux. But hearing this, the rest of the priests get angry. They do not think that any of them can be that monster. There must be someone's plot behind this, and those people ask her, who spread this rumor? So that girl tells them about Babylon, who had saved the church by fighting that man, but he has been a criminal before. So the rest of the priests say that they cannot trust his words, and the Pope sends a message back that if they are accusing the church, then they must have solid proof of it, and due to this, the guild cannot do anything to help them, cannot do anything. But Lloyd says that they just have to find proof, and he sets Talia and Galileo to digging. But the pastor says that this is a holy place where they bury their pets. They cannot just dig it up like this. Lloyd wants to use Shiro's nose, but for some reason he is avoiding him, and it looks like he is lost in deep thought. Crow uses his curse speech to ask for the crow's help, and at that very moment, Saria arrives there with Ren and Silpha. They were happy that Asher is safe, but she also starts punishing her for not coming to their practice, after which she asks her if she is ready for the recital, but Babylon says that there could still be a threat to her, so she should not go to the recital. So Saria decides to perform alone. On the other hand, those crows were pecking at a tile, on which, when Silpha places her hand, a basement door opens from there about which no one there knew. Lloyd sees that. That door is made of special wood which blocks all kinds of mana and chi, and that is why no one had noticed it before. Crow tells everyone else that they should stay right here, but Asher wanted to go with them. Babylon reminds her that there could be danger inside, so she should stay right here. But Talia starts dragging her along and says that she has become Asher's fan, and she does not want that incident to affect her singing. After this, they all went inside the basement, and Asher was thinking that she would have to conquer her fear and move forward, otherwise she would never be able to sing again. On the other hand, we see that Shiro is also scared, but he remembers how brave Asher was, and he also did not want to leave Lloyd alone, so he also goes inside the basement. Meanwhile, upon going inside the basement, they see terrible kinds of experiments. Seeing all this, Asher is in a bad state and Silpha feels that they are in that man's base, and they do not think that he is going to come back here because he had fought that battle right above them. Just then, Ren sees an experiment, which looked exactly like those ghouls they fought in the sewers. And Silpha sees that on one of the ghouls' hand, a claw was attached. So Lloyd feels that the man is using synthesis, in which cells are taken from living creatures, so that limbs can be grown from them inside the lab and putting wraiths inside people's bodies. Perhaps this is also part of his synthesis experiment. Asher cannot understand how such things can exist beneath the church. Meanwhile, Silpha understands that the creatures they fought were not real ghouls, but experiments created by that man, meaning they were actually chimeras. Lloyd thinks that he is a very disgusting man, but he wants to see what his body looks like, because from so many experiments, he must have created something amazing. Galileo and Silpha want to destroy the lab, hearing which Lloyd is not happy at all, and he starts trying to stop them, but just then a creature attacks them. So Crow uses his curse speech to block its attacks, and those people see that that monster is a Lamia. Lloyd tells Crow not to take her life, and she continues attacking them, due to which Lloyd finds out that she is using air, class spells, and Galileo tells him to protect everyone with his web. Ren tries to attack the Lamia, but she saves herself by casting a barrier. But just then, Crow attacks her and breaks her barriers and slams her face straight onto the ground. Everyone was impressed seeing that Crow defeated her alone, and Ren says that his powers have improved a lot from before. Lloyd tells them that even though half her body is of a monster, but she is actually a human, meaning that man had experimented on that girl while she was still alive. Ren cannot understand what they can do to save her, and Crow was about to kill her to relieve her from pain, but Asher stops him and tells the Lamia that she does not need to be afraid, but that Lamia hits her. But Asher knew why she was doing this. She knows how it feels when a human is very scared. Asher wanted to do something to help her. Just then, she hears the sound of Saria's piano, and she starts singing to calm her down. Everyone is surprised seeing this because she had sung continuously for 12 hours for Babylon, and she has absolutely no mana left. But still, she was singing, and with her song, the Lamia calms down, and she remembers that when experiments were being done on her, she used to hear this same song always. It was because of her song that she did not go mad with pain. Asher's song had even stopped that man from doing experiments many times, and she starts apologizing for hitting her, and says that she is still a human. Asher hugs her and apologizes to her because she was always so close to her, yet she could not save her. After this, those people tell Father about the underground lab, and they find out that the Lamia had even forgotten her name, and perhaps this happened because of that man's experiments. But Lloyd feels that she must be some adventurer because she can use magic. He feels that with such a body, she cannot live a normal life. So Galileo invites her to Lordost and says that she can live there happily, hearing which she becomes happy. After this, Lloyd asks her about that man, so she gives him that man's rosary and says that he had left it in the lab. She does not know much about him, but he hates God. Lloyd gives her the notes in which his experiments were written about. Asher says that she should not look at such things again, but Lloyd explains to her, perhaps because of these notes, she can come back to her human form. Her body is running because of very complex mana signatures, but she does not understand all this right now. But once she understands all this, then she can make her body human again. So she picks up the research notes and says that she will try her best to become human again, but Asher becomes sad and runs away from there. Meanwhile, Galileo and Crow promise that they will help her, and they wanted to name her. So Lloyd says that from now on they will call her Lammy. On the other hand, Asher was surprised to see that Saria is still in the church. Saria says that she is taking a little break from her practice. Just then, Asher says that she wants to practice with her, because apart from singing, she is not good at anything else. So Saria says that they should do a very big performance. After this, Prince Albert comes there, who tells them that the festival has been cancelled, hearing which, they both get surprised. Albert says that nothing is known about that man yet, so they cannot hold such a festival. Meanwhile, those three girls put a collar on Hiro, in which he was looking very cute, but when they try to remove it, it was not coming off, and irritated by their chatter, Silpha beats them up. After this, Silpha looks at that rosary, and Father reveals that this was given only to 12 church pastors, but whose it is among them, they cannot find out. Meanwhile, Jiriel and Grimm were thinking what they should do here now. Just then, Tao takes out a chessboard and says that now they will play chess. So Silpha slowly comes to them, and ruining their chessboard, tells them to stop wasting time here. After this, they talk about how that man was casting divine sorcery without any incantation, and only bishops can do this. Jiriel reveals that he had only given the pass to the Pope, but he must have definitely shared it with the 12 bishops, just like Lloyd had done with others. Albert feels that perhaps the Pope's life is in danger, but because they are not accepting Babylon's testimony, they will not cancel the festival festival. So they will have to keep an eye on all 12 bishops together. On the night of the same day, we see a bishop named Anna. She stops a sister who is taking a letter written by Albert for the Pope. She says that this is for the Pope, but still, she takes the letter from her and starts reading it and smiles after reading. She goes into a room where there was a secret door which takes her straight to that man's base. She tells him about the letter and says that Albert wants to investigate the church's facility. By dividing the Pope and bishops into different groups, he feels that Lamia must have given them information, and only that blinded's hand is left with him because the rest of his body has turned to ash. But he absorbs his hand, due to which he gets the power of spinal threads. Further, we find out that the lab those people destroyed was just a small part of this, and still many of his experiments and chimeras are alive, and he will execute his plan during the festival. Pope Giton arrives for the festival with all his bishops, but Silpha tells him that his welcome parade has been cancelled, and all his bishops will be guarded by their people. But Gamo gets angry that those people are separating them from the Pope, but Giton explains to him that this is Albert's plan so that he can protect the Pope. Silpha assures them that their team will protect them and they should go to their respective carriages. So everyone starts going to their respective carriages, and Silpha comes to Anna and says that she will guard her. A bishop named Boss says that he does not need anyone's protection. Whoever comes in front of him, he himself can beat him up. Dante silences him and starts talking some wise things, but he does not understand anything. What else can I expect from a 5th grade fail hearing, which he gets furious at him? Ren tells him that it is time to go now, but Boss was not ready to go yet. So a bishop named Melissa starts dragging him away. Meanwhile, Tao wanted to guard some handsome bishop, but she gets stuck with 2 twin baldies. Meanwhile, Xylas recognizes Babylon that he was the one who had reported that incident, and he cannot believe that he is a member of the church. Meanwhile, on the other side, Talia was going to protect Gamo, and she has brought alcohol with her. On the other side, in the church, the king is with Albert, who tells him that Gitan is about to reach here soon, who is very excited to meet him because they are both old friends. Separating the bishops was probably the best plan, because whoever has done all, this is one of them, and as long as they are separated, he cannot harm the Pope. After this, Gitan's carriage reaches there, seeing which the king becomes very happy and goes in front to receive him. Meanwhile, Albert was now becoming carefree because weapons are not allowed in the festival, so security is not that tight. After this, in a flashback, we see Albert was telling the king about that guy, but the king said that he did not know him, and it was too late to cancel the festival. So before starting the investigation, he would have to wait for the festival to end. After this, we see some people who were talking about Silpha because she looked very beautiful to them. Meanwhile, Silpha was hoping that Anastasia would not turn out to be their enemy because she seemed quite powerful, and she remembered that outside Anastasia had asked her to change clothes, and when Silpha said that she did not have other clothes, then she lifted her skirt where she saw Silpha's sword, so Anastasia asked her to remove the sword and asked her to wear a dress with a short skirt, meaning Anastasia is very smart. On the other side, Anastasia was thinking that Silpha is quite powerful even without a sword, so she could cause trouble for them. Just then, suddenly, the ground there started shaking, and people felt that this was part of the performance. But Albert knew that something else was happening here, and a huge creature came from behind that church, seeing which everyone started getting worried. Meanwhile, Gitan said that the gates of hell have opened, and so far, everything is going according to his plan. After this, in a flashback, we see some pastors who went to meet Gitan because he was chosen as a candidate for Pope, and if he said yes, he would have to participate in a ritual. Gitan agreed to this, and they told him that they would bathe him in their Luma Maxima, so that they could test whether he was worthy of becoming their next Pope or not. They cast their spell on him, but it had no effect on him, and he said that there is no shadow in his soul, after which, with applause, he was made their next Pope. But in reality, the darkness of his soul was so great that he felt that even God could not erase it. In the present, Gitan was saying that he was about to attack the church with chimeras, but Albert had already destroyed his lab. But it did not matter, because his army would destroy the entire country, and we see that monsters were coming out from a large hole inside the city. Gitan said that whoever follows God, he will kill them because all divine teachings are wrong, and he feels that as long as their intentions are right, there is no harm in killing people. Meanwhile, Jiriel had also recognized him now. I will cause so much destruction here that God himself will have to come down to earth, after which he grabbed the king and Albert as hostages. When I saw that photo, I was reminded of your son. Are you doing all this because of his death? Do you want your last words to be those? Along with you, the entire royal family will die by my hands. The king told Jiriel to leave him and save his son, and Albert was also saying to save the king. But just then, suddenly, everyone present there got teleported. You are now going to meet my master, whom I serve here leaving heaven. 7. After this, Lloyd started moving towards Gitan, and Gitan remembered that when he met Lloyd for the first time, he had felt fear throughout his body, and he also got ready to fight him. An angel is serving you. You must be God. By killing you, I will finally reach hell. Meanwhile, Lloyd had teleported everyone in the church to the castle, and the king could not understand what was happening here. Albert felt that whoever their enemy is, he has disguised himself as Gitan. The king told everyone that their enemies have captured the church and ordered them to defend the civilians. On the other hand, Gitan found out that Lloyd's mana is immense, and to hide his presence, he keeps wasting countless mana every second. Lloyd started sending Grim and Jiriel from there to help the others, but Jiriel said that he wanted to help Lloyd in fighting Gitan, but Lloyd said that they could not do anything in front of Gitan, and Grim remembered that Lloyd had told him that Gitan was also suppressing his mana, so he felt that Gitan must be as powerful as a demon lord, and he told Lloyd not to do anything stupid during the fight, like purposely taking his attack so that he could experience it. Lloyd told him that he would not do anything like that, after which Jiriel and Grim left from there. But just then Gitan tried to stop them with his swords, but just then Lloyd attacked him with fire, due to which he had to focus entirely on saving himself. Lloyd focusing his mana created a thin light which broke his barriers, but Gitan still deflected his attack. Immediately after this, Lloyd came behind him and rained kicks upon him, after which summoning his divine spears he pierced them into his body, which took him into the sky just like that, where Grim and Jiriel were surprised to see his powers. I wanted to tell you one thing for a long time: you have crossed the limit. On the other side, monsters were causing havoc in the city, and a monster threw a carriage on a civilian, but Galileo saved him, and with Talia got ready to fight the monster, comes forward. Everything is going exactly as Lloyd had said. After this, we see a scene from a few days ago, where Lloyd says that he wants to join the recital. Little one, isn't this request a bit strange because everyone here is discussing how to save the Pope? Everything will be fine. Anyway, how will I be able to help in saving people? By the way, you are right. If you stay in the church, you will be safe. Grim asks him what exactly does he want to do. Lloyd says that, according to him, perhaps the Pope is behind all these things because he has a lot of free time. On top of that, he has so much money that he can build a lab, meaning the trouble is going to start from the church itself. Meanwhile, in the present, Gitan understands that Lloyd is no ordinary prince, and he frees himself using his unholy swords. Grim and Jiriel cannot believe that he is still alive, but Grim says that they will have to go help the others. And Jiriel asks him, can Lloyd really win without their help? Grim says that Gitan might be as powerful as Lloyd. That is why they will have to save all the civilians and come quickly to help Lloyd. Gitan says that neither does he care about the king nor about the angel, because he feels that Lloyd is a god, and if he kills him, then he will completely reach the darkness. But Lloyd tells him to stop blabbering and start attacking. On the other hand, through messenger crows, everyone finds out that the Pope was the real mastermind. But Ren feels that the rest of the bishops must also be helping him, and perhaps Dante is a chimera, because there are stitch marks on his face. Just then a chimera goes to attack her, but a bishop purifies him. Ren thanks him and asks him his name, but he starts coming towards her in a weird, perverted way. So she attacks him with a poison punch and knocks him out. Just then she remembers that she was not supposed to use poison, but due to reflex she did it by mistake. On the other hand, inside the church, Anastasia suddenly attacks Silpha, and she wanted to cut her neck, but at the last moment Silpha blocks her attack. On the other side, Galileo and his companions dodge a mage's fireball attack, and they see that the mage has a lot of mana. He says that his name is Krim, hearing which Gamo gets scared because he knows that Krim was a legendary demon who had caused destruction in the kingdom, and he feels that they can do nothing in front of him. Meanwhile, Talia and Galileo were thinking, why are they scared of Grim? He is so cute. On the other hand, Crow and Bots are running from many monsters, and Crow starts worrying about the church, but Bots says that nothing will happen to them because they have Melissa, and she is amazing, but still, she is better than him. But Crow was not paying attention to his words, because his messenger crows are behaving strangely in the center of the city, and when he climbs on top of the building and looks, he is surprised to see the center of the town, and when Bots climbs up, he sees that there is a double S rank dragon there. He cannot understand what they should do, but Crow had already left from there, and Bots sees that he is going to fight that dragon. Just then, Bots remembers Dante's wise words, and now he understands what he was doing, after which he takes out his weapon and starts going to fight that monster. On the other hand, Tao was fighting a chimera, but he grabs her and slams her to the ground, and he is sure that Tao is dead because his fighting technique is made to kill people in one hit. Seeing all this, both bald bishops get scared, and now that chimera starts going to to fight them. But just then Tao gets up and he cannot understand how Tao survived. But just then he sees that one of his hands is missing, and Tao reveals that she had used his hand to save herself from the impact. Tao remembers that her fighting style ended in one generation because her master did not find a single disciple, meaning inside. That chimera is the soul of that very master. Chakra says that with that new body, he has perfected his martial art because now he has 6 hands. Tao asks him why he wants to become powerful and reveals that she trains so much because she wants to be popular among boys. Chakra thinks that she is mentally ill, but according to Tao, more of his screws are loose because just for the sake of power, he has made his face look like peeling paint. Meanwhile, when Chakra sees her stance, he recognizes that it is the 100 flower fist because he has previously lost to a person who used this technique. He sees that Tao is again going to attack him straight on, which seems very foolish to him because he will just slam her straight again. He gets ready to catch her, but Tao, increasing her power, starts moving towards him very fast, and Chakra remembers how he used to beg people earlier so that they would become his students, but they flatly refuse to follow him because he had lost to the master of 100 flower fist, and they tell him that he should close his school. Chakra realizes that nothing can become of him. Now, so jumping into a ravine, he gives his life. There was so much hatred and anger in his heart that he became a wraith, after which Gitan invited him to join his group and promised that he would give him a new body, and we find out that he is lost in the flashback because Tao is beating him up badly, meaning even after so many years, his technique cannot stand against the 100 flower fist. Those two baldies were happy seeing that Tao had won, but that fight was quite difficult because during the fight, Tao had to rip off every single one of his hands. Chakra asks her what she thinks about his technique. Tao tells him that he is amazing, and he is still trying to pick her up and slam her, meaning he never gave up. Hearing all this, Chakra starts crying, and he realizes he wanted only one thing, that someone would praise him. On the other side, that mage continues attacking them all. Meanwhile, Talia finds out that her powers are having no effect on him, so Galileo does not understand how they will defeat them all. He sends the bishops towards the church so that they can keep him safe, and Talia stays there to support him. Meanwhile, Galileo was about to catch them all right there with his web, but the mage says that all that will not work because he is the legendary Grimm. Hearing this, Talia gets furious at him and tells him to stop lying, but Galileo says that perhaps the Grimm they know is lying because he is tiny and very cute. Oh yes, you are right. Could it be that this is really Grimm? The mage was about to attack them again, but just then, a boy comes and kicks his bald head like a football, and that mage sees that the real Grimm was in front of him. He finishes all the chimeras present there with a huge attack, and both of them were surprised to see his powers. But Grimm sees that that wraith was not even a demon, and he tells Galileo to purify him, after which Grimm leaves from there, and Talia asks him what his real name is? That wraith says that he is just a mage who is a fan of Grimm, meaning he was really lying till now. So Talia purifies him, and they both start thinking if that boy himself is actually Grimm. On the other side, Jitan and Lloyd are fighting in the sky, and he is quite excited because he cannot see any limit to Lloyd's power, but he still feels that due to his powers he has the advantage. Xylus was trying to cut a pig's head, but that pig's skin is a bit too thick, so Thor and Babylon help him. But as soon as his head is cut, he grows a new head again, and they realize that they cannot defeat him because no matter how many times they cut him, he regrows his parts again and again, and the more times they hit him, the more powerful he is becoming. He tells his name is Megameat and says that even his master does not know how his body works. Hearing this, Babylon understands that Gitan has not created him, after which Megameat punches him to the other side of the city, after which Megameat reaches him to beat him up more. But Babylon asks him why he hates humans so much, because he wants to know why he is doing this. Thor also wants to hear his story so that he can understand him and show him the right path, but Xylus had no interest in hearing his story, so Thor elbows him. Further, we find out that that pig was created by an alchemist so that he could remove starvation from the world because this pig's meat will never run out. He cuts him into small pieces, but his body regenerates. But his size had increased from before, and the alchemist names him Megameat. Meanwhile, the pig was happy seeing that he can help people, but when the alchemist eats the meat, it was tasting very terrible. So he feels that no one will eat it. Megameat gets angry hearing this, and burning the lab, he leaves from there. And every night he makes people taste his meat, but it used to taste so terrible that whoever ate it started vomiting. Due to all this, he becomes sad because he was born only to become food, but he tastes so bad that even flies do not sit on him. Gitan sees him crying and he eats his meat with his hand. He says that this is amazing because he could feel its regeneration properties. But his case is truly a bit strange. Gitan says that his abilities are not for humans, and using these he should punish humans, who treated him like livestock. Meanwhile, in the present, Megameat says that he will definitely take his revenge because humans did not consider him worth eating. But Babylon remembers wonders what was the condition of him and his companions in the beginning. They did not used to have even a bit of food items. And he says that if Megameat had met him earlier, then he would have hugged him. But Megameat says that when he tastes him, then his thinking will change. But he promises that he will make him such a good, tasty dish that people will keep licking their fingers. After this, Babylon starts preparing to cook the meat. But Xylas's all hopes had ended, due to which the entire area has become black and white. That meat's color was purple, so they do not understand how Babylon will make it edible. But Thor tells him that they will have to eat it. Babylon sees that the meat is as strong as steel, and Megameat feels that he will fail. But when Babylon touches the meat, it becomes like a delicate bud. He apologizes for attacking him like this, so the meat itself goes and wraps itself in the dough. And Megameat cannot believe that the meat itself is going to get cooked. Babylon was about to fry it, but Megameat feels that he will not be able to do it, because once when a chef had tried to cook it, due to its smell, his entire restaurant had shut down. But Babylon fries it without any problem. They both feel that the dish is looking very beautiful, and Megameat says that if they do not vomit after eating it, then he will change his ways, because he is sure that he has just sealed that foul smell inside the batter. Meanwhile, both those bishops fearfully cut a small piece, but they find it very tasty, and while eating it, they were feeling exactly like children were. They say that it tastes very good, but Megameat does not believe them, and he feels that they are lying. But those people say that it's truly very tasty. So Megameat asks Babylon what did he do? He tells him that he just purified the meat before cooking, and he knows that Megameat is a very good person, because seeing his body, he just wanted to help people, but everyone rejected him. Due to this, his heart was filled with hatred. Babylon makes everyone around taste his meat, which they like very much, due to which Megameat gets emotional because people had finally accepted him. A small girl thanks him for the food, and Megameat tells her to share the food with others in the shelter. But Xylas wants to use his meat to increase his followers, so he decides to adopt him. But Megameat tells Babylon to purify him. Xylas explains to him that if he does that, then his powers will be gone, because his powers come from his anger and hatred. But he says that it does not matter. If he becomes a normal pig, then Babylon can eat his tastiest part. Babylon, using his purification spell, turns him back into a normal pig, and Megameat says that he wants to fill the stomach of that human who has understood his feelings. He becomes a lovely, tiny, chubby pig and starts jumping straight into the fire. But Babylon catches him because he could not eat him. On the other side, Silpha was blocking all of Anna's attacks and forces her to retreat too, and she was surprised seeing that she was blocking her Lux with a simple candlestick, whereas it should have been easily cut, but she is nothing compared to her master. Silpha had earned a lot of fame as an adventurer, and Anna asks her why she left all that just to become a maid. Why did she leave everything? Silpha says because she met a person with whom she wants to stay. Hearing this, Anna gets surprised, but she had understood that both of them are fighting for their master. Anna, using her divine sorcery, creates an illusion there. Silpha sees that many giants are standing all around her, but she was feeling that they are all fake. But just then, they start attacking her. So using her candlestick, she was blocking their attacks, but she was having trouble blocking everyone's attacks. But just then, we see that she has an amulet, and she wants to use it when Anna is distracted. When Anna sees Silpha fighting, she thinks that Silpha is noble and beautiful, but she is the complete opposite of her, ugly and evil. Her master had told her that if she does not want to follow him, then she can leave, but she decided to stay with him. Just then, Anna sees that Silpha's candlestick has broken, and taking advantage of this opportunity, she starts going to attack her. But just then, Silpha, using the amulet, summons a Lux sword, and attacking Anna with it makes her drop both her weapons, and with her next attack defeats her too. But Anna asks Silpha why she left her alive. She knows that Silpha had deliberately kept the sword's edge dull. She reveals that Lloyd had given her a marble, and said that with this, she can summon Lux because he knew that the church would take their swords. She tells that her master is very wise and heroic, but in between, she also scolds him because he keeps making small mistakes. He also hides many things, but she will wait for it when he himself will tell her everything. Just then, she finds out that all her mana has run out, and she cannot believe that making a simple Lux sword takes so much mana. Anna says that she can never scold her master, but she feels that he wants someone to stop him. Due to something in the past, his heart is filled with darkness, but she cannot do anything to stop him. On the other side, Shiro takes Asher and Saria to the piano's location. They see that the entire city is on fire, so Saria tells Asher to get ready for her performance. That dragon continues attacking the city, and Bots is protecting Crow and tells him to stop using his powers, because this will have a worse effect on his body. But just then he sees a child whom that dragon was about to crush. So using his curse speech, he stops that dragon for a few moments, and Bots goes and saves that child. But due to this, Crow's condition becomes even worse. Bots tries to talk to him, but Crow gives no answer. Meanwhile, during all this chaos, Dante was smoking, and seeing this, Ren feels that perhaps he is a bad person. But just then, that bishop tells her that he needs her help, so Ren starts dragging him to the side. Dante asks her if she knows who is behind all this. Ren cannot understand whether she should tell the truth or not, but still trusting him, she reveals that Gitan is behind all this. On the other side, Lloyd blocks Gitan's sword with his barrier, and he finds out that he is attacking him using purifying sorcery. He sees that on Gitan's swords, different symbols were made, through which he is telling those swords what kind of purifying sorcery to use. He attacks Gitan with a fireball, so Gitan changing a sword symbol purifies his fireball. With this, Lloyd finds out that it takes Gitan a little time to change the symbols. And about the magic he wants to purify, he should know about it. Also, he can use only 3 symbols at a time, but still he was finding Gitan quite interesting because he is able to change God's mana signature. Bots tells that child to go towards the shelter. His mother is waiting for him there, and that dragon starts trying to crush Crow. But at the last moment, Bots comes and saves him. Bots tells Crow that all the civilians have escaped from here, and we find out that he was saving them all using his powers, even if doing so was breaking his body from inside. Bots sees that the dragon is laughing at them, and he summons his Lux to fight him, but he punches him into another wall. Bots was angry because whatever Crow had done till now, that dragon is laughing at him, but despite trying, he was unable to stand up, and that dragon was about to kill Crow. But at the last moment, Tao and Silpha reach and save him. Those bald bishops also reach them, and they were trying to heal Crow, but they tell Bots that he has already died. Meanwhile, that dragon was about to attack both of them with an energy blast, but they deflect his attack using their skill, due to which it goes into the sky. Due to this, Silpha's hand gets injured, but she says that nothing will happen to her, and she still wants to fight that dragon. After this, we see a flashback where when that dragon was born, sensing Gisarm's powers, he had understood that he is just his slave and has to serve him all his life. After this, he always remained loyal to Gisarme and helped him reach Lordos. But when Gisarme possessed Jade's body, he now had no need for that dragon, and he kills him. But before he dies, Gitan comes there. Anna tells Gitan that inside that palace is a demon lord, and she feels that Gitan can defeat him with his divine sorcery. Meanwhile, the dragon was thinking why. Those two are not afraid of Guisarme. Guisarme says that he cannot purify a demon lord's heart because when they do anything bad, they do not find anything wrong in it. Gitan starts going towards that dragon, who feels that now he is his new master. Gitan turns him into a chimera and says that using his new body, he should decide what is his purpose in life. More than half of his body was made from others' parts, but his consciousness is still the same. If you have nowhere else to go, then you can follow me. I am preparing to do something very big, but I am also lost like you because I don't know what I should do after that. After this, we again come back to the present, where that dragon says that now he is starting to understand what his purpose is, and he attacks both of them with his hands. Silpha sees that he was about to finish Tao, so using her sword technique, she makes a hole in his hand, but he slams her into the ground and says that now he is starting to have fun. He sees that Boss is requesting the bald bishops to heal Crow, and he understands that he is getting so much happiness seeing the expressions of pain and suffering of all of them. He wanted to see more such faces, so he is about to attack straight towards the shelter. Tao and Bots move forward to stop him, but he easily pushes both of them back. On the other side in the shelter too, they all find out that they are going to die. Just then, Bots says that he is ready to take anyone's help, even if he is a demon. Just then, Grim arrives there, who punches the dragon hard. Everyone was surprised to see him. Meanwhile, Jiriel goes to Crow and tells Grim that he will focus on healing him. Meanwhile, seeing Grim, that dragon gets terrified, and both those girls ask him who he is. So he tells them that he is just an adventurer, but both of them found his horns familiar. So hiding them, he says that they are just accessories. Jiriel had told Grim to make his form look like a human because if he didn't do so, people would consider him a monster and start fighting him instead. The dragon tries to catch Grim, but Grim, breaking his hand, comes out from there and tells the others that nothing will happen to Crow because Jiriel is healing him. He will not let Crow die, and he asks Tao if there is any water. Are civilians still present in the area? Tao tells him that all civilians have been taken away from here. So Grim starts attacking that dragon and was insulting him as well. When you were attacking my friends, I heard the sound of your laughter. A black dragon cannot reach the human world on its own, so whoever brought you here has abandoned you. But I do not feel bad for you because the weak are killed in the netherworld anyway, and you cause so much destruction in the city. Seeing you, I have started pitying you. Get lost from here. But that dragon was not ready to give up, and he goes to attack Grim, so Grim starts preparing to use his skill. Meanwhile, that dragon was thinking that Grim is very kind because even after doing so much, he gave that dragon a chance to leave from there, but he could not go back because he wants to die like a dragon, and he attacks Grim. But Grim's skill was far more powerful than him, and along with that dragon's attack, he burns that dragon too into ash. While dying, he remembers that Gitan had given a ball to all his chimeras, which contains Luma, Maxima. They can use this to die whenever they want, and this would not be a betrayal because he he does not consider those people as his companions, but the dragon does not use it, and he thanks Gitan because thanks to him, he could die fighting. Grim eats that dragon and sees that his powers have increased, but he is still not powerful enough to defeat a demon lord. After this, Juriel also comes to him and reveals that he has saved Crow, but he is so tired that he cannot even move a finger. Grim feels that now everyone here will be safe and they should go into the sky to help Lloyd. Meanwhile, sometime before this, Gitan sees Grim's attack, and he finds out that all his chimeras have lost, but he uses his skill named 10 Commandments and drops 10 eggs all around the city. One of the eggs falls inside the church, from which an S-rank chimera comes out, seeing which everyone gets scared, and Gitan says that all his chimeras are equally powerful. Lloyd, using his teleportation skill, was about to finish all those chimeras, but Gitan starts attacking him without stopping because Lloyd cannot use his skill without focusing. On the other side, a chimera knocks Galileo down and removes his web, due to which all those small monsters can now enter the city. Both of them feel that this chimera is stronger than the chimera they defeated, and they should go back from here. On the other side, everyone in the shelter starts running to go outside and ask the guard to open the door, but Katrina explains to them that they cannot go outside because the area outside is still full of monsters. But a guy tells her that if they do not get out of here, then that chimera will finish them all. Just then, that chimera goes to attack Katrina from behind, but the adventurers who were injured save her and tell her to leave from here. Till then, they will hold off the chimera. But seeing this, everyone starts thinking that God has abandoned them. On the other side, Gitan was still attacking Lloyd, and he is unable to cast his teleportation. I do not believe in God. Do you think that you are worthy of being called God? On the other side, Lloyd's friends are ready to fight the chimera, but due to fighting for so long, they are badly tired. And meanwhile, a chimera is moving towards Anna, and she feels that she is going to die. Gitan reveals that his goal is to capture the country so that he can change its religion, because those people believe in a God who does not exist. And to achieve this goal, he will have to sacrifice some people. Just then, suddenly, Asher and Saria start performing, and we find out that Asher's divine sorcery can increase the range of their music. Due to this, the entire city was able to hear their song. There was no power in that spell, so neither can it defeat the monster, nor can it heal people. But this calms the people down. Even those chimeras were listening to the song very intently. Hearing that song, Gitan also starts remembering his past, and taking advantage of this opportunity, Lloyd casts his teleportation spell and finishes all the chimeras in a single blow. I have no interest in your past. I just find your magic interesting, and if I manage to catch you, then I'm going to do a lot of experiments on you. So come, let us start our final fight. Ren, the situation has changed. I have to go. This song can cause trouble for us. The heads of these chimeras also blew off when this song started. I know whose hand is behind all this, but the chimera that was in front of him was still alive, and it attacks Dante. But using his divine sorcery, he cuts that chimera into pieces and says that he will go to find Asher. Ren says that she will also go with him, and she could not understand one thing, that why did he start killing chimeras when he found out about Gitan, and he was fighting in such a way that Ren did not even get a chance to help him. You do not need to be sad. You have helped the civilians a lot. The rest, leave everything to me. When Ren sees Dante leaving, he looks exactly like Jade to her, and he has made up his mind to defeat Gitan, and thinks that when he met him for the first time, only then he should have found out about the darkness inside him. And now it is again time for a small flashback. Gitan was very happy with his family, and he used to sing songs for his son too, and even though he was off-key, but he used to like his songs very much. After this, inside the church too, he started singing and used to cast divine sorcery on whoever was faithful to God. But just then, Jiriel contacted him and told him that he did not like his rotten voice at all, but many people depend on him. So despite singing like a bat, he gives him permission, meaning without any ritual, he can cast divine sorcery. After becoming a bishop, he meets a goon who wanted to test him and tells him to use purification on him, but he beats him up with his lux and tells him not to depend so much on purification because he can still end the darkness inside him on his own. We find out that that goon was actually Dante, and after that incident, he started dressing like Gitan because he wanted to become like him, and both of them become best friends. But on many things, they do not agree, so they also have fights. Gitan sees Anastasia outside his house. She was looking very weak, so Jidan asks her to come inside his house so that she can eat his wife's food. Anna tells him that her father had asked her to stay outside and keep watch, and when Jidan goes inside, he sees that his wife and children have been killed, and Anna's father had killed them, who is so hungry that he is busy eating whatever items are in the house. Seeing all this, Jitan gets angry at God and starts thinking why God did not save his family. How did an unknown person enter his his house. What exactly is the benefit of serving God so much? But despite all this, gathering courage, he goes to purify that man. But his spell has no effect on that man, so that man continues eating the household items. Gitan was casting even more glow spells on him, but just then suddenly he dies due to hunger, and Gitan finds out that his glow spell was not working on him because his intentions were pure. He had killed his wife and children because he was hungry, and now he starts questioning his own fate. He starts feeling that those whose heart is pure, could they actually be monsters from inside? Because if his heart is pure, then he is being forgiven for everything. His friends talked to him about this, but Gitan says that he is absolutely fine because he has faith in God, but he was actually lying. Meanwhile, everyone starts considering him great, and after purifying him, he is made the Pope. But that purification has no effect on Gitan's heart, so he feels that perhaps he is not evil, and he starts thinking about changing the country's religion. After this, we come back to the present. Hey uncle, how much will you bore me, man? You made it so sad that the whole world became black and white because of you. You do not want to hear my story, because you are God. But this is the reason why you will have to listen to all that. You should know why I have reached here. And he was about to tell his nonsense story again, so Lloyd angrily hits him on his bald head. On the other side, everyone was listening to Asher's song, and Thor feels that it was because of her song that all the chimeras' heads exploded. But Babylon knows that Lloyd's hand was behind all this. He was also feeling something wrong in Asher's song, and he just hopes that nothing happens to Asher. On the other side, many chimeras are moving towards Asher to attack, but Shiro is saving her. Gitan was screaming in pain, while Lloyd is enjoying the song in fun and says that he wants to show him something, but just then he cuts off one of his hands. Lloyd tells him to pay attention to the music because he is going to attack him on the beats. Just then, Lloyd cuts off another hand of his. Gitan thinks that he is using teleportation, but whenever he used it, there was a slight delay. Lloyd reveals that he is using concealment, so his magic is invisible and very fast. He attacks Gitan with ice and fire magic, and he understands that he will not be able to block Lloyd's attacks on time. So like blinded, he starts using spinal threads, and with their help, he dodges one of Lloyd's attacks. But just then, Lloyd carrying a meteor reaches above him. Gitan sees that Lloyd is doing attacks very fast and many at once, so he will have to focus. But due to Asher's singing, he is unable to focus, and Lloyd attacks Gitan with 7 goddesses. Gitan cannot understand how his spinal threads broke before he could react, and he also did not know what kind of magic Lloyd is using. And from all this, one thing becomes clear to him, that Lloyd is far above him in magic. You said that divine sorcery will not affect you, so why not test this? So Lloyd creates a huge magic light and casts his glow spell on Gitan, but Gitan blocks his attack, and Lloyd sees that he had used anti-divine symbols, but because he can only use 3 symbols at once, Lloyd feels he can break his defenses. Just then, Krim and Jiriel come to him, and they tell him not to show mercy on him, but Lloyd does not listen to a single word of theirs and absorbs them into his hand. You can see that there are interruptions in Asher's song, because when you were fighting me, I had sent my chimeras to kill her, so now will you save them or fight me? Uncle, are you crazy? I have known this for a long time. Hearing this, Gitan is surprised, and he cannot understand why he is not going to save them. After this, we see Shiro, on whom chimeras have pounced, and he has also been quite injured, but Saria tells him that if he is feeling pain and anger, then he can scream. This will not affect their song. So Shiro starts howling, and while screaming, he was fighting those chimeras, and for this, Saria matches her music with him. On the other side, Lloyd says that he wants to try something, seeing which Gitan gets scared because Lloyd was about to cast 3 elements at once. He knows that if he blocks all 3 spells, then Lloyd will attack him with a purify spell, but he had no other option, so he readies his symbols, and when Lloyd goes to attack, due to it, clouds also start gathering. Gitan was blocking his attack with great difficulty, and says that Lloyd is absolutely crazy because this spell of his can destroy the whole world, and we see that due to Lloyd's spell, a storm has arrived there, and when everyone sees this, they feel that God is angry with them. On the other side, Shiro sees that chimeras are about to reach Asher, but at the last moment, Anna and Dante come and save her. Ren was happy to see Shiro okay. On the other hand, Anna was thinking, who exactly is Gitan fighting? Dante says that seeing so much power, it is clear that Gitan is fighting God. Meanwhile, Gitan was thinking why God has not punished him even after doing such bad things. Just then he sees his son, who asks his mother if he can sing with them. He remembers how happy he used to be with his family, and due to this, tears come to his eyes. He says that he sings very terribly, but it did not matter to his son, and he jumps towards him to hug him. Just then, Gitan sees that Lloyd is about to attack him, so Gitan attacks Lloyd with Luma Maxima, but Lloyd, laughing, was blocking his attack and attacks him with his Luma Maxima, due to which a hole appears in the sky, and his spell starts falling on the ground, seeing which people were very happy, and due to this, their injuries were also healing. Dante cannot understand what happened here. Meanwhile, Anna remembers that Gitan had told her that wherever he goes, rain follows him, perhaps because the one above hates him. Anna starts crying because she he had done nothing to help Jitan. Meanwhile, Dante says that he hates purification spells because due to this, people start speaking their heart's contents. Due to Lloyd's spell, everyone's hearts become clean, and he asks Gitan if it worked on him because he does not look changed, even bit. Lloyd asks him that when he wanted, he could have used the bishops as he pleased, so why didn't he do so? Jitan says that he was preparing them all so that they fight him during the festival, and those people judge him instead of God. But he never thought that Lloyd and Asher would stop him, and he feels that God must be in Asher's voice. But Lloyd tells him that Asher had joined the church because she likes singing in front of people. Gitan cannot believe that the reason for her singing is not connected to God at all. Lloyd gives him Blind's sword and says that he will wait for him in Lordost. After this, the news is spread throughout the capital that someone has killed Jitan, and he had disguised himself as the Pope so that he could enter the festival and cause havoc. Albert believes the news, and he feels that whoever was behind all this hates God, but Xylus was getting angry because he knows that Jitan's hand is behind all this. So tells him to stay calm because the rest of the bishops still do not know the truth, and Dante tells them that if the truth comes out, then no one will trust them, and then perhaps they might not even be able to handle the country. Xylus feels that they need a new leader who can guide people, and for this, who can be better than him? But Dante says that they have already found the perfect candidate for Pope. On the other side, Gamo had reached Asher and tells her to become the next Pope. Asher thought he was joking, but Gamo says that it is nothing like that, and she should go quickly for the trial. Hearing this, Asher loses her mind. On the other side, Saria was playing the piano, and she sees that Lloyd is in her room. Lloyd apologizes to her for disturbing her, but she reminds him that he had predicted everything and said that his performance with Asher would decide the winner of the battle. Lloyd says that he liked both of their performance very much, and Saria knows that both of them are a little weird, who are absolutely crazy about their passion. So she tells Lloyd that he also did very well. After this, she starts playing the piano again, and Lloyd sees that she is copying his spell, recreating his spell through music, due to which he gets scared because he does not want Saria to find out that he had fought Gitan. He says that he never came out of the hiding place, so he does not know what happened outside, but Saria tells him that both of them had a lot of fun during the festival, after which Lloyd goes back to reading, and Saria plays music. After this, we see everyone in Lordost, where Jiriel is very excited to bathe with the girls. But Grimm slaps him again, and Galileo tells him that only Prince Lloyd can go into the mixed bath. Ash says that she is not ready to become Pope. Just then, Lloyd arrives there, seeing whom Tao and Ren get scared, and ask him what he is doing here. But Ash asks Lloyd what she should do. Why should I answer such useless things? You guys look after yourselves, man. So Asher starts threatening him. If he did not give the right advice, then she would nominate him to become Pope. Silpha is against this because she wants Lloyd to stay with her in the palace. Saria says that for becoming Pope, Ash is absolutely perfect because she likes singing very much, and once she becomes Pope, then the whole world will hear her song. Hearing all this, Ash also gets ready to become Pope, after which she sings in front of everyone as the new Pope. Lammy and Jitan, very blinds remains, during which the rest of the people were enjoying Ash's performance, and during all these things we see another character, and I know who it is, but who knows how we will find out about him in the next season. So let that not become a spoiler. So season 2 ends right here. The next season will hopefully come next year. So until then, subscribe to the channel and like the video.